what you need. True crime stories, secrets they'll feed. Say that gossip and political heat. I said what I said, bring to read. Truth comes, but we're never late. Yeah, diamond stories is our fate. Oh no, but the progress their voices speak. Tune in now, indulge every week. Who's in the spotlight? Who took the fall? We got the scoops, we covering it all. From high society to those secret calls. I said when I said stories that will enthrall. Yeah, truth turns far, we're never late. Oh, no stone unturned, we're here to relate. Well, what you let? Welcome to the channel, it's a bubble streak. Subscribe and join the tales every week. Yeah.
Well, hello, everybody. What's going on? Happy Thursday, everybody. I guess it's Thumping Thursday, if I could say that. Today has been kind of thumping for me. I don't know about you guys, but been kind of busy this morning. So how's everybody doing today? And I hope you're having a great day. It's a nice sunny day here where I'm located at. And hey, it look like we're going to have it looked like spring is coming. I thought, yeah, Eve. I decided to come early today, so that people that's at work, I can maybe help, help the day go along, help you guys finish your work schedule out. Probably everybody have went to lunch by now, and so you're on that last leg, getting ready to get off. Probably with another couple, maybe 2 to 3 to 4 hours more, mostly. If you work an 8 to 5 or a 9 to 5, depending on your time zone. And so, and also too, I'm trying to go to bed earlier at night now. And so I'm trying to get this schedule. I know you guys, you working people. I know you guys already have your schedule worked out, but I don't have my schedule worked out yet. So I'm still trying to get it together. I'm trying not to stay up all night and, and trying to go to bed at least by 12 a.m. And that's kind of early for me because hell, I've been going to bed 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the morning. And when I do that, it makes the day go by too quickly, especially with the time changing. So I thought I'd try to get on the good foot because, just like Lady T-Bug, I'm gonna if I can ever get my butt out the bed, I'm gonna start trying to walk myself, start doing some exercise and really just to build up my strength. I'm not so much concerned about losing weight, but I do want to get in shape. So when I do go to the stores or, wherever I go, I want to have the stamina. My cousin is going to Houston for our birthdays in May, and I may join her, but if I'm gonna drive, because I'm not getting on the plane. Okay, let's just be real clear about that. If I do go to she say wear a weight B Williams, you say wear a weighted vest when I walk. Okay. So what about the ankle weights? Now I better not do that because that may swell my ankles up, because with the disease that I have, anything I do too much, it'll swell me up. So I have to be very careful about lifting weights and stuff. But yeah, I can try that. A vest shouldn't be that heavy. And where would I get one of those at, B Williams? I guess I probably could look at Amazon or go to maybe an athletic store, maybe Academy or somewhere like that. You think where I could buy a weighted vest? I've never actually even heard of that. I know the cops wear them, but I've never. I didn't know that you can wear that for to lose weight also. So you can tell that I'm not that much into the gym and I'm not that much in shape, and I don't really do the exercise. And really, I've never been the type of person that exercised that much. I have walked, back in the day. You say 10 pounds, I got mine from Amazon. Girl, I can't carry no 10 pounds. I might can do 5 pounds, but 10 pounds, I'm not gonna child. And the place that I'm gonna walk B Williams, that's gonna be like it's like this lake that's around my house, and it's real hilly. So child, I'll probably make it to the first marker, uh or to the first dot, and then I'm probably gonna turn around if I have 10 pounds on. I'll probably start out with 5 pounds, okay? And if I do 5 pound, if I do a 5 pound vest, maybe I can walk a little further. I know I would be able to, but I'm not even supposed to lift no more than 10 pounds. And so I know I couldn't wear it, that I couldn't carry a 10 pound vest, but maybe they start out at 5, for the weak people. And I will try that out. But let me just go ahead and speak to everybody in the chat. Because I do plan on being off of here by 5 o'clock. So in case Lady T Bug decide to come on and do her show or what have you, I can get on off about 5 because I still need to cook myself something to eat also. So let's go through the chat and see who's here today, and then we'll get started with the show. And so we have, hey, Jay Blake, you're the first one here today. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. Hey, Rat, thanks for being here. Hey, ain't no fun when the rabbits got the gun. Thank you for being here today. And hey to you, Eve has many faces. And let's see, we have Miss Boogie down. Thank you for being here, ma'am. We have Ebony in the house. Thank you. Ebony, I know you at work. You're always at work during the daytime, so I know you're probably working. And hey to you, B. Williams, even though I've been kind of conversating with you. Um, let's see who else is here. Hey, Designs and Decor. Thanks for being here, ma'am. I appreciate you, sis. Love to laugh. Thank you for being here. And Sunshine says she'll be in the bushes also. And so that looked like that's everybody that's in the chat so far. I'm pretty sure people will probably sprinkle in once they figure out that I'm live or what, find out what's going on or what have you. I did try to set it up kind of early today. So, uh, give you guys at least a couple of hours ahead of time so that, that I was going live instead of my normal 5 minutes and then I'm live, and that's an exaggeration. I normally try to at least give you guys 30 minutes heads up. Hey, Scorpio Mama, thank you for being here today. And I do appreciate each and every last one of you guys for supporting the channel. And so if you haven't hit the like button, please do that for me and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done that yet. And if you're on the replay and you're listening to the replay and you haven't subscribed, please do that. Subscribe to the channel because we do have a good time over here. And if you into the Shirley and Buckwheat saga, we do a lot of shits and giggles, and we do roast him well over here on this channel. Everybody's entitled to their own opinion. Nobody get mad at nobody else because of what they think. Because I'm gonna give you my opinion. You see what the name is? I said what I said, and that's what I mean. And so, no hard feelings of how you feel. So this is one channel where you don't have to agree with the host or your comment won't get highlighted or what have you. And I do try to go through each and every last one of your comments. And then if you're on my replay and you comment after the show, I do try to make sure that I highlight your comment or either respond back to you. But I definitely see all of y'all comments. It looked like you guys like that video that I done the other day. I got a lot of comments on that video. And really, the video was just a clip of what we went through of the call that we heard the other day. What was that? What's today? Thursday? I think I went live Monday. And really it was just a clip of what we done because I just said to myself, every time I do a show, I'm gonna try to find something to clip, from the show, because really a lot of these calls, we haven't heard these calls in over a year, right? And I'm doing the Dre and Nesto Chronicles. And really, him and Dre had a lot of tea. And really, he was he was really kind of telling off on himself, puffing his chest out, talking a lot of crap. And really, all of it was really to butter Dre up because I feel like he was leading up to try to ask for some money. Like the last show that we did, he talked about Sheridan as much as he could, and he talked about the other kids as much as he could. And then by the time he got to the end of the call, yeah, man, I just got to try to get that $7,000 up. So, in other words, dude, do you have $7,000 you can give me? And yeah, Scorpio Mama, I do mean what I say. Yeah, and I'm not gonna change that. And everybody that's been listening to me, on either my channel or on anybody else's panel. Everybody know my attitude haven't changed about any of these characters in this play. And I call it a play. I call it a really, it's a saga in a soap opera, really. And so I haven't changed my mind from day one on how I feel about everybody. I may be a little sympathetic depending on the call, but I still, think the way that I think about all of them. And I still have the same attitude. I don't never too much venture from that. At first, I was kind of feeling a little sorry when the story first broke, and he was talking about all his civil rights and how they wasn't giving him a bond, and that was pre-calls, right? That's before we even knew that he even had calls. Our favorite content creator is Silverback is the first person that kind of broke the story, and she was giving us the documents of the story, right? And so once she gave us those documents, it did look like that they were violating his civil rights. But then as the story progressed and the calls started coming out, well, we see why he didn't ever get out. We see why they did what they did to him, because he had more charges coming. He had more victims. Yeah, Silverback. Yeah, he had more victims that was gonna show up, and then he had a news clip on TV. So then yeah, Sunshine, typical bomb ninja fashion, stay begging, right? But as the story progressed, we saw all the charges that was coming and all the allegations, and let's keep in mind he is innocent until proven guilty, and hopefully everybody that's been following the saga, we all want him to be guilty, but we can't say that he's guilty until he go to court and and have his due process. And hopefully the prosecution, hopefully they do their job and they give us our process, because all of us really really want him to pay for his alleged crimes, because he did take advantage of a lot of people, okay, including his wife and his kids and all of his friends. And he just have that true narcissistic behavior, and we all recognize narcs. And another thing about that too, I do have a couple of videos that I'm gonna show you guys first, and it'll be like a preemptive into our video that we're gonna talk about. uh she say, Eve say, give him due process. Let me read this comment. Eve say, give him due process when it is given to his victims. Exactly. He could care less about his victims too. Let him tell it. There are no victims. He's the victim. um Let him tell the story. Hey, Jennifer, thank you for joining us. But he swear he's the victim, and everybody is doing everything to him, and he's an innocent man, an innocent mf man. And you know they're violating his civil rights, and his side piece say that it's all civil. And so we'll see how civil it is when he go to court, right? And yeah, Eve, I wholeheartedly agree with you. Finesto is Lucifer for real. So if you want to see Lucifer in the flesh, just look no further than down the street in Fulton County. Really, he's in Roswell County now. So look no further than phone calls from prison or Lady T Bug's channel, and look at these calls, and you'll be looking at a picture of Lucifer. Look on any of my thumbnails, and he's on there as Lucifer, him in the flesh himself. And that's the to me, that's the attitude that he has. And he takes no accountability for anything that he's done to anybody, not even his wife. Now he kind of halfway apologized. I'm sorry if you feel like I did this to you. I'm sorry for bringing all these problems on you, but it ain't got nothing to do with you. It's all me, and I lay down my life just so you can live. Yeah, we're gonna see how much you lay your life down. I still feel like he's gonna try to throw his wife under the bus, and anybody else he can throw under the bus to save his own skin. And because that's who he is. But let's take a look at these a couple of videos, and they're gonna give us some traits of a narcissist. And this is him when I saw these videos, and I got them from TikTok. So let me just give shout out to TikTok for these videos. But when I saw these videos, I thought about him. First off, he was the first person I thought about when I saw these videos. So hold on one second and let me. Yeah, Jay Blake, he's very selfish. And hey, allegedly in Harmon, thank you for being here today. I appreciate you joining us, and thank you for the support. You say you're in the bushes listening. Okay, thank you. Yeah, he's very very selfish, and that's what narcs are. They're selfish people. All they care about is their selves. And Sunshine said, I try to understand him, but he is very dark, complex. He's a very dark, complex person who cares about nobody. No, he cares only about himself. He don't care about his kids, his wife, his dog, his cat, nobody. The only person that matters is him. And in his opinion, he think everybody have to, should be bowed down to him because he possibly bought them a hamburger back in the day.
Narcissists are very good with these sob stories, y'all. I'm talking about they so goddamn good that have your ass losing a job, losing friends, losing family, motherfucking all, because they will make it sound so good. And see, here's the trick: the shit don't work unless they can get you to act out of character. See what I'm saying? Narcissists hate when they can't get you to act a certain way they want you to act. So they can paint this image and sell it out to the world. Like, this is how they treated me, this is what they done to me, this is what they did to me. The thing about that, once they get all that up out of you right there, they gonna make sure that shit that they did to you does not get out there. They don't want the people to know about all the time they done did shit to you and try shit with your friends or your family members behind your back and little sneaky shit they done stole and lied on you and all that. They don't want you to know none of that. But you out here looking like the crazy person. Facts.
And now, don't that describe him to a T? Do that not describe a homeboy to a T? And we have another video of a narc also, and then we'll go into our call. So now that was our people's point of view. Now here's a person that says that he used to be a narc. So I guess he went to therapy and reformed himself, or is very cognizant of what he does, or just pay attention to his actions. But this guy said that he used to be one. So I don't know how that worked out. I don't know if we have any therapists in the chat, but y'all tell me if you can be reformed if you're a narcissist. So let me know about that, because I don't have a clue.
So here's 5 signs of a narcissistic man that people don't talk about a lot. And if you're new to my channel, I'm a self-aware narcissist. Dude, narcissists oftentimes go for smart, attractive, and wealthy women. We love a challenge. And the harder you are to get, the better. Even though narcissists most of the time exploit your vulnerabilities, we're still gonna go after people that make us look good and that are pretty successful. Number 2, he's gonna wanna have sex with you really PDQ. Male narcissists know that women are highly emotional creatures, and as soon as they sleep with us, then they're gonna get really attached really quickly. Number 3, male narcissists can sure dish it out, but can't take it. Am I right? Especially the funny ones who like to make you the butt of all their jokes, but then when you fire back with a little teasing fun yourself, oh my God, we get so offended. Number 4, he's going to give you a heart-clenching sob story on the very first date. More than likely, this is going to have something to do with all the exes in his life being total bitches and how they all cheated on him, and none of them saw the potential in him, and none of them were the cheerleader that he needed them to be in his life. Or possibly he's going to tell you about his most horrible childhood and how he just grew up in complete agony and misery. And sometimes that actually is not far off. All this is to garner empathy and sympathy from you and get you to feeling bad for him so that you will be more vulnerable. And number 5, most male narcissists are quite the metrosexual with a ton of female friends. Most male narcissists actually prefer female friends to male friends because of 2 reasons. 1, they can kind of turn them into a maternal figure, and 2, it helps them garner even more female supply. Real talk.
Now, I may have to cut that one out because I didn't realize that they had all that music in the background. And YouTube will let me know if it's a copyright strike. But I thought it was great information of who we're dealing with. And the way that he described this and the way the first guy described this is Buckwheat to a T. Okay, we could see all the traits in him of how he blamed everybody in his past and how he helped everybody, and now everybody is turning against him, and how he did so much for his wife and kids and family and friends, and nobody never really want to be on his side right now. And all of his exes came back and apologized to him later. And so they're, you guys just heard it. They're the traits are right there, and this is buckwheat to a T, in my opinion. And so, if you're on the replay, you may not hear the second version of the second clip, because I may have to clip it out. But it still was some great information, in my opinion. So Scorpio mama say, my ex was a narc. I was under 20 years of influence. Yeah, and a lot of times when you meet these people, you don't even realize that that's what this is. All you realize is, dang, I just asked him one question, or why is he always complaining? It's always something. It's always gaslighting about, something or another. And it could be the small, just something very, very small, and they'll turn it into a mountain, you know. And it could be a small molehill, and they'll turn it into a whole mountain that you have to try to cross over. And so, but that's the name of the game, though, is to gaslight you and make you feel bad when they're actually the ones who have the problem. So Eve say, can any one of us imagine being in Shirley Strawberry's shoes with this bomb? I honestly could not. I love myself too much. I don't trust nothing. I double check, verify what I'm told. That's how I was raised. Well, see, Eve, we wouldn't have been in her shoes just because of what you said in this statement. Had she would have verified and checked on things, and just not take his word as the law, then she may have could have saved herself some heartache and headache, you know. And at the end of the day, it was the coming in the house and smelling bad for me. That would have got me right off the jump. Okay. I don't like a man that don't smell well and don't smell good. That'll make me flee from you quicker than anything. I don't care if you got a lot of money or prestige or whatever. If you don't want to get in that tub and wash your butt, then me and you really can't. We ain't got that much to talk about, in my opinion. So Jay Blake say they're narcs till they die because they would never get help. Yeah. Well, he said he recognized that he was one. So this is one that say that he used to be one, and he could, it's probably like alcoholism or being a addict of some sort. You're always going to be that person, but at least he's trying to work on it, and at least he recognized the signs. So I can respect that part of it, because a lot of people don't even try to get any help, you know. And so B. Williams say it's a personality disorder. It can be treated, but it's permanent. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, B. Williams. And hey, Sunshine, Rain, and Garden, thanks for joining us, and thank you for your support. So Sunshine say, yep, they all come back apologizing according to Nesto. Yeah, everybody that he's ever had in a relationship with, everybody came back and they apologized to him because they did him wrong. All of them left him. He didn't leave nobody, and that's a lot of men. Most of the time, men don't leave anyway. Okay, most of the time it's the woman that leave because she's fed up with that dude. Hey, Janice, thank you for being here today. I appreciate you supporting the channel. And Jay Blake say they get flying monkeys to go out and fight people for them, and they do. You heard how Dre was just, man. You heard my video. I can't believe Sheridan did this to you while you was down and out, because that's their whole mo. They try to get somebody to be on their side. Okay, that's what they do. They want you to be on their side, and they want to act as if they're the victim when they're really victimizing you. So Miss Boogie Down said that second video was very telling and very informative. Yeah, it really was. And if they make me take that portion of the video out, Miss Boogie Down, then I will make a short out of it, because I can use it as a short. I can take the music out with a short, and hopefully I can just extract his words and just use his words, because it really was, and it was very informational. Scorpio mama say, my ex told me don't forget where I come from. Oh wow. And a lot of dudes tell us that, especially if they're the breadwinner, they like to flaunt their power. And Eve, how many faces say, I was always told a man must take care of the household, but you are the woman must have her own. That's right. and keep a separate account, etc. Who who buy the cow if you can get the milk for free? I was taught not to play. And that's true. Eve have many faces, but I seen a meme on video saying something about why buy a hot dog when you can get the sausage for free? So that can go both ways now. This day and time, it goes both ways. But back in the day, that's what we were taught. Okay. And so today's man, a lot of them are scammers, and I'm not saying all of them are, but you have a lot of scammers out there like Buckwheat, and they're trying to marry you. They're trying to get into your orbit, and they're trying to stay with you just so that they can scam you. And let's just keep it real. There's a lot of women that prepare for life. A lot of women have their own houses and cars and money, and they really get a man because they want one, not because they have to have one. Now, back in the day, you had to have a man because a lot of women didn't have a job. They had to stay at home and raise their children, and a lot of them had too many kids. And I'm talking about the 40s and 50s and 60s. Really, the 60s, the late, I'd say about the middle part of the 60s, early in 70s is where really when a lot of women started really going to work. Now, some people, grandmother probably did go to work, and those women that did work, they probably worked maybe 1 or 2 days out of the week where they were, maybe ironing for someone, or, being a maid, or whatever job that society will allow them to have. It wasn't that big of a job, though, especially if you're a black woman. You sure didn't get to work too many places. And so, but today's woman, can go to work, have a career, have her own. And so it's a choice whether or not we want to have a man. We have a man because we want one, not because we just need one. And when I say need, I mean financially need one. So Sunshine and Garden say, he sound on point with describing Buckwheat. Exactly. That's exactly who he is. And Scorpio Mama said, you say day, they say night. Right, Scorpio Mama. And Jay Black say, once you push back, they'll turn on you. Yeah. And you see how Buckwheat is. You see how he turned on people when they push back on him. He gets highly upset, and he try to gaslight them. And have talked about everybody, including his son. And Jennifer say, I just don't like dumb sounding men. Yeah. But I think she liked that type of man because, she used to always correct Steve and Tommy on the radio. So she probably just singing him equivalent to Steve, but on a lesser scale, but as far as his money go, because he did present himself as a businessman, as a successful businessman. And so with him talking the way that he did, that probably didn't bother her that much because she had been around Tommy and Steve for about 20 years, 50, at least 15 years, because I remember when they came on the radio in the Metroplex, I think it was about 2005, 2006. So really, it's been about 19 or 20 years, that she's been around those two. So I don't feel like his words were that big of a deal to her. And B. Williams say Shirley Strawberry was a victim of her own hubris, and that's true, of her own hubris. And that's true. At the end of the day, I feel like she don't mind being a victim. She didn't mind a lot of things that he done. It was okay with her as long as she got what she wanted. And most people will stay in a relationship, but it's called the 80-20 rule, right? It's 80% of what you want and 20% of what you don't want. Well, I feel like they had like a 60% of what she wanted and 40%, I say even 50% of what she wanted and 50% of what she didn't want. But she was willing to put the other 50% aside just to get what she wanted, in my opinion. And that's just my opinion. It's nobody else's. And Jay Blake said Bonitail is the captain of his monkey squad. Exactly. Until she's not going to be. And Eve say, and most of us, and most of all, I was taught, get your own man, never go out with any dog one if your friends had. Right. And definitely not marry and you take care of them. Let yourself be used. Never. And another thing, what I say is, don't let somebody that's not worth your time use up all your good years. My mom used to tell us that all the time, and it's not that she was promoting not for a relationship to work, but she always said, if you're not happy at a certain point, you need to buy out gracefully, because what you don't want to do is mess up all your good years on somebody that's not really worth your time. And I see people do that all the time, be married for 25, 30, 40 years, and then they get a divorce. Get a divorce for what? You might as well finish out the sentence if you're going to go that route, if it's not, any physical, uh, uh, abuse going on. Because after 40 years of mental, you've already done took it anyway. So you might as well finish out the sentence and see who going to go in the dirt first. That's what I would do if I was gonna stay that long. So Anissa say, "Good afternoon, everybody." Hey, Anissa, thank you for joining us. And Janice say, "I lost a friendship because her husband would go anywhere he wanted, but if she decided to go somewhere, he would say, 'You're going out to cheat. Don't come back if you leave.' I couldn't be around that." That's because he probably was cheating. And that's what they do a lot of times when men cheat. They don't want you to go anywhere because they don't want you to see them out doing what they do, and so they'll accuse you. It's really projection of what they're doing, and so they'll try to put it back on you when you know that you're not doing anything. And and when they start coming at you that way, that means they're out there doing what they do. And Eve say, those old values got some of us where we are today. UPS and down, oh, ups and downs, but mentally and financially successful as well as confident, right? And women can be narcs. Oh yeah, absolutely, women can be narcs. I feel like Shirley is one. At the end of the day, I feel like and I feel like that's why they're together. I wholeheartedly feel like Shirley is a narcissist. Other people say that they don't feel that way, but I feel like she is. Scorpio mama say narcs will control your whole life if you let them. You would turn into nothing, and you would turn into nothing, and it's very sad. It really is. But yeah, I feel like she's has narcissistic behaviors. I sure do believe that. Jennifer said they don't sound like slaves though. No, and that's just because he's in the country and he didn't go to school, Jennifer. We know he probably finished the fifth or sixth grade. So Miss Boogie Down say, not to mention Shirley Strawberry is very passive aggressive, so she like being the smartest person in that dynamic, and she does, and that's why I said it didn't bother her with the way that he talked, because she thinks she's smarter than everybody else. And Scorpio Mama say facts. Hey Gina, thanks for joining us. And so Gina say, Janice, that's insane. It is. And Miss Boogie Downs, B. Williams is agreeing with you. Exactly. But let's go ahead and cue the call up and get that started. If you guys don't have any more comments, and then we'll go ahead and okay. Hey, Lady T Bug, thank you for joining us. You say you're at your black job. Okay. Well, be real quiet while you're at your black job. So she said, correct me if I'm wrong. I'm new to this case. Didn't she go off on Steve Harvey because of her so-called husband? She didn't go off on him. What she did was she was groveling to Steve, and she was apologizing to Steve because of her husband. No, but no, she didn't go off on him because of that, Janice. And if you really want to hear some of the calls and get the gist of the story, you can go to Lady T Bug's channel, or you can go to Phone Calls from Prison, and they have all of the calls dated back. And then it's a lot of content creators that do lives on them as well. Lady T Bug is one, Vic to the Veil is one, and of course I do the lives on them. But yeah, if you just put hashtag book, or not Buckwheat, because that's just my name for him. But if you put hashtag Nesto, Shirley Strawberry, or anything inside the YouTube search field, you'll find who does content on this story. But Lady T Bug have been following the story from day one also. I just started doing it by 2 or 3 months ago. I think I started being a content creator, I think in January or February when I started. So I'm kind of late to the party, but I've always followed the story though. And so Eve say, if you hit your wagon to a bum like Finesto and he is outside of your league, he will crawl down to the hog pen and wallow in the mud with lots of lizards like Sonya. Exactly. And that's what I feel like Shirley did. She allowed him to take her down and water in the mud with him. She didn't do a lot. She wasn't in there with his crimes. I don't feel like she was, in the car while he was out committing fraud on people or whatever. But what I do say is she never cared about where all the material things came from that he brought home to her. So, hey, Real, thanks for being here. She said, I said what I said. I believe she's a narcissist too. She would be surprised that how many people are. Yeah. And you're welcome, Janice. So B. Williams said, no, she was caught on a call gossiping about Steve, Janice. Yeah, and she was called on a call gossiping about him also. It was innocent gossip to her husband, in my opinion. Yeah, it wasn't really anything, but she had to go back and apologize because we know how thin-skinned lips are. And so Eve say, well, the cat's away working hard. That bum will be like Finesto. I can't wait for the court hearing to expose all that it has yet to be seen. Me either. And we know it's a lot that probably has, that we haven't even saw yet. And so let me bring the wrong one. Let me bring, I guess I have to present it this way, but let me bring the call up and we'll get started with this.
This next call was made about 3 hours after the last call you heard. At this point in time, Nesto's calls were not on YouTube, but his story was going around social media. Nesto and Dre talk about that, and Nesto brings up Shirley, her daughter, Steve, and Marjorie. Dre had also been going over the transcripts from Nesto's court case and mentions the girlfriend in Florida. Take a listen.
Okay,
Hello?
very busy, but I'll just call and see if you get that text.
I'm listening to it now. I just got it.
Yeah,
I was
rabbit
cleaning up.
lips.
Yeah, I'm listening to it now.
Oh, okay.
It's about 2 hours long. I started the first hour just listening to the transcript. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So now you see when I was telling Shirley, hey, man, this shit ain't going to stop until it's over with. You remember me saying that?
Well, yeah, I haven't heard the whole thing yet. So what you mean it ain't going to stop till it's over with?
I was talking about that social media shit and all that shit when I was telling her that. I said, because I got to get out here and prove my innocence. I said, that's not what I was trying to explain to her. But she didn't understand what I was saying. And I was trying to tell her about her dumbass daughter, you see. So, yeah. Now I'm trying to explain to her how they lie. Them DAs, they'll lie and say anything to keep you down so you can't get the fuck out to the end of the case. I ain't been in goddamn Ari Davis since me and you went.
Hey, Miss Moshe, we just got started.
Yeah, I was just listening at that part. Talking about you got a girlfriend. Talking about going down to Florida. They don't heard jail calls. And I don't know. And transporting cars back in California once. And all this other stuff right here. These folks got all kind of stuff.
Yeah.
They say they do. I'm like, God damn.
Yeah, but
I ain't know nothing about none of this.
ain't none of that true. Just talking. That's a kid.
Yeah, but how they just make this stuff up though?
Yeah, DA, bro. That's what they do. That's what prosecutors do.
Right, I got that. Right, but all that's against you trying to get out when your lawyer's speaking in your behalf that you don't have Nesto Beauty Parlor businesses and stuff and got grandkids
Hey, just
and all of that. Then he come back with all this other stuff.
Yeah, it didn't have nothing to do with that.
Come back with all this other stuff, the fraud, the bank fraud, and all this stuff. You know what I'm saying?
the fraud.
And talking about what is it, Fulton County or Douglas County, whoever them, they got 15 more warrants coming.
All that. All that. But it ain't nothing.
That part
I got that. This is what I want you to understand. This is what right. I got that. And I have this stuff I don't even know where they ain't just at it. Shirley's dealing with a lot, man.
I know.
The woman dealing with a lot. And that's all.
And I know it. That's what I'm saying.
And if she's hearing all this stuff like the public is hearing it, and on that thing, it's funny because the clip that she just sent me, the person just sent me. Have you seen the picture of the clip when you open it up on YouTube?
No,
They got her They got her, you, and Steve Harvey in the background. Steve Harvey looking like, what the fuck? That's how it comes on. That's what it is.
Right.
They got Shirley, got you standing beside Shirley, and got Steve Harvey in the background like, what the fuck? Like all of them on it. Like the picture look like all of them is involved in this. And Steve like, what the hell?
Right. But that dude, he hates Steve. That's a fat motherfucker boy. He's from Atlanta.
We talking about Storm and Road, you guys.
He hates him. Yeah, that's the one we talking about Steve all the time. He hates it. So, but anyway, I had that sent to you so you can.
How they get this? Is this public or how did they get this? It's on YouTube. How did? I mean, can anybody hear this?
Right now he got 50,000 people that are watching out here. So he's just,
oh my God.
He's a blogger. That's what he is.
I got that.
Yeah.
Bless Shirley Hart. Bless her heart. Bless her heart.
Yeah.
He said, yeah.
These niggas ain't got nothing. They try to destroy you too. They ain't got nothing good to say about you either.
Oh no, they ain't got nothing.
Nothing. He's a career criminal.
Yeah, that's fine. That's what they do.
I got that. I've been there too. Yeah. So when he lighten it up and say you don't did the time and supposed to know he did time for that. He got an armed robbery. He had a federal case for that. You know what I'm saying? Oh my God. Boy.
Yeah.
And you get out of this one when you sit your ass goddamn down somewhere.
I ain't feel like.
And this phone call, they talking about you going down to Florida. Whoever you talking to, you better be damn careful.
Listen, bro. All that hearsay bullshit. Straight.
Okay, if they pull the phone record and then they said he's trying to go to Florida with his girlfriend. He's married.
Thank you. All of that is hearsay.
Okay.
In there. That's what they do.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. You're going to have to convince Shirley of that. I'm fine.
Well, that's fine too. I mean, she no dummy. Yeah, she no dummy. Ben Shirley never stayed at no Steve house in Abu Dhabi. Think about that shit. That's what it says. I'm planning on running and staying at his house in Abu Dhabi. That's what it says. Did that make sense to you? No, sir, it doesn't.
I hadn't heard it all. I was just, before you called, I was listening to you. I've been cleaning up. And I just happened to look at my phone. That's the part I got to about the wants, transporting the stolen cars. And I'm like, what? Stolen cars. Oh, my God. Yeah, man.
Okay. I just put Lady T-Bug's channel in the chat. If anybody is not haven't subscribed to her channel and you just and you haven't heard the story, and if you're on replay, you can see the channel. I'll link it in my description also, and I'm gonna find Victor DeVale's channel also. But Lady T-Bug say he had all those businesses, but he no longer have that. All of that went away when he went to jail because none of those businesses really was legitimate, and some of them was already closed before he even got locked up. So B. Williams say, Dre, it doesn't make sense because he is not right. That's right. And Dre was listening at this time. He already know what was up. He was just I think he was just trying to get a confession and to see what Buckwheat had to say about all of this. Because at this point, I feel like Dre was already listening. And that's how, and like he said, how did they get all that information? Well, if you wasn't listening, you wouldn't know what information we had in these YouTube streets. And hey, Virtuous Center, thank you for joining us. She says, Virtuous Center say, liar, liar, liquid V on fire. That's cute. So Miss Moshe said, I'm letting my patients listen, child. They hate Nesto. Right. The whole world do, really. Sunshine said, that man is so disrespectful. And Dre Tamada, and all this fraud. It sounded like he was saying frauds, but he was saying fraud, all this fraud here and there. And so that let me know. Yeah, well, that let us know Dre was listening at this point. And Scorpio Mama say he's still trying to control from jail, and he is. And Sunshine laughing at you, Miss Moshe, for letting your patients listen. And Lady T-Bug says she know her man, and she do. And B. Williams say, yeah, the only one with anything to lose is Strawberry. That's right. And he could care less if she lose everything, because he really wanted her to lay everything down for him at the end of the day. He told her to go on with her life, but he didn't mean that. And even before he told her that, he was telling Dre and Lil Scooter that he was going to leave her anyway. So Sunshine say Nesto is always looking for a man corner, and he is, because he's a narc. And Lady T-Bug say it doesn't matter, Dre, he's still a felon, and is. And Veteran Center say Dre doesn't know Nasty that well. He know him, but he's trying to give him an out. And this is Lady T-Bug's channel if anybody haven't subscribed to it yet. And B. Williams say, here she watching him, hear him saying that BS, right? And what? No, dummy. Hey, one leg off. Thanks for being here, Dre. You wasn't blessing Shirley Hart when your boy was running around town. Exactly. And he was like, bless Shirley Hart, bless Shirley Hart, and that fool didn't say nothing. He was like, yeah, okay. Like, really, I'm the one need to be blessed, not her. I'm the one that's in jail. You know, I could really read his thoughts. And really, he wanted Dre to say, bless your heart for being locked up, because he really didn't care about Shirley at that point. Hey, Uniquely Sonya, thank you for joining us. Dre warning his ass, and he is. But he's not taking heed to anything, Sonya, you know, because it's all about him. It's all about this narcissistic behavior. And if you missed the videos, I had two videos about narcs before we did this call. So anybody that's joining us, there are two videos about narcs that just address him to a T and describe him to a T. And Sunshine say reporting on Steve doesn't mean you hate him. Exactly. And he's a thief, and he is. Dre don't believe him. And I don't even know why Dre asking for the lies, Sunshine. And B. Williams say, nope, the calls didn't drop until August. And B. Williams say, this was right after the bond hearing. Exactly. Okay, so Dre didn't know about everything at this. You're right, because this is 2028, June 28th, and they did drop in August. So Sancha C say, and thank you for joining us, Sancha. Say he was devastated when Shirley finally left him. Yeah, he played like he didn't want her around. And remember, he got a whole call with Dre, which we'll do later on, talking about he's gonna divorce her and all this and that and other. But that was after the ultimatum call, also. Okay, after she told him she didn't want him, then he all of a sudden it came to his mind that he was gonna divorce her. So Uniquely Sonya say Dre listening just like she was listening to that Shirley and Nesto ultimatum call, and he was. And it's all about me. It is, because that's what narcs do. You know, it's all about them, nobody else. And let's go ahead and finish up with the call.
That has nothing to do with me. None of what he's talking about. And on top of that, I'm not the only person got the same name. So once they cleared all this shit up, they had to drop everything on me.
Mm-hmm.
Remember I got locked up? Remember I got locked up in Texas that time? You remember that? And they let my
I think you told me something like that.
Yeah, they kept me in that motherfucker for 3 days because my identity was stolen. They didn't believe me. So when they found out it wasn't under me, they let my ass go.
So prove all that too.
Yeah, I had to do all that shit though. So it is what it is. But I just want to make sure you see what's going on.
Yeah, I'm gonna finish looking at the rest of it tonight because it's 2 hours long. 2 hours.
He made that 2 hours. It ain't number a 30-minute clip. I went in there about 30 minutes. They don't keep you in there that long.
The clip says.
He made that.
The clip says. Okay, well I'm just telling you what it said. I mean I'm already. Right. When you click on it.
Thank you, Sandra.
Oh man.
YouTube. Kid Radio host Shirley Strawberry husband arrested, details inside. Steve looking at like what the fuck? Hide. What the system hide? I don't know. Breaking news. Whoever.
B. Williams, I also want to just say Storm Monroe had broke that story also right along with Silverback. And so that's who they were talking about in the beginning of the call. And so that's when he was talking about Storm didn't have no furniture in his house and blah, blah. You know, he was talking about Storm Monroe also. But at the end of the day, he's guilty of everything that everybody's, allegedly guilty of everything that everybody's been talking about. So I just wanted to throw that in also.
There you go.
Yeah, but that's fine. Yeah, I ain't mean to kill you Wednesday afternoon.
Now
Mm.
I'm fine. I'm just like, what the hell is going on, man? God damn!
I know it, man. I know it.
This woman trying to goddamn work. I mean, she got to listen to all this shit. Try to, oh, God.
Yeah. Well,
Get your goddamn ass down some goddamn well.
yeah. Well, I've been sitting down for a year.
Shit.
Yeah, I've been sitting down.
Damn.
So, bad boy better be ready, cause he better be ready. He just better be ready. I was putting that shit out there and got the facts together. He better be ready. So they just building my shit up stronger and stronger. That's fine.
So you say this guy that's doing this blog and he don't like Steve. That's the reason why he's doing it, so he don't like Steve.
Oh,
the blog.
Yeah, anytime. Because first of all, that's against the law to do that. What he just did. That's against the law. You breached how you got in there. So how it,
pull public information and talk about it on YouTube?
No, bro. I'm talking about that whole video. That video.
Shit, they do it here. TMZ do it shit all the goddamn time.
Yeah, but they get paid to do that. This nigga don't get paid. He don't have no clearance to do that shit. That's
okay.
Yeah, that's different type of shit. This nigga is a trash can nigga. That's all he is. Trying to make it sitting in a fucking apartment with no goddamn furniture in. That's what that motherfucker is. So
it shows they're listening to your phone calls too.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. But I ain't stupid. I don't talk stupid. That's why.
No. And I got that. I'm wondering when they said that because I'm wondering some of the stuff that I know about you that they record. I'm wondering is that prosecutor listening at that, like the stuff that we talk about, you know?
Yeah, they do. They listen to all that.
Yeah, how did right? Well, is he gonna tell the judge that?
Yeah, no, they don't do that. They
get the bad part, right?
Yeah, they get what they think they can get. No, they don't get that.
Right. That's messed up right there, yeah.
Yeah, they don't do that.
Wow.
Yeah, that's how that goes. But I'm gonna keep my motherfucking head strong, because at the end of the day, well, God has showed me throughout my whole history, I'm gonna make it turn around again. So that's cool. How you laugh? Everybody had it laugh right now.
When I get out, I'ma still scam.
So all this for one little person. So it'll be fine. Okay, buddy. Go ahead on ahead. I'll get you another time. I just wanted you to.
No, I'm good. I ain't doing nothing. I was just sitting and listening at that dinner. I was taking a break.
Okay.
Just trying to clean up a little bit. I'm like, goddamn.
Dre want to gossip some more.
Oh man, I tell you, never thought my life would end up this kind of way right here. Not at all.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
you gonna clean it up, buddy. You're gonna have to join the church. You gotta join the church some. Do some more community service some. Get some folks to follow you going to the shelter doing some positive things, get your name back right. Right now, boy, they got you in the goddamn mud, boy.
Yeah. But I ain't murdered nobody. I ain't killed nobody.
That's fine.
Yeah. So his thing. And you say that, I really would be done. So right now.
So when they said too that when your lawyer asked that, they said that you couldn't be around your wives, then he was saying Shirley, his wife. Who is Melanie? Who the fuck are you talking about? Who is that?
Didn't I tell y'all Dre want to gossip some more?
Yeah.
I can't talk about that person. That's the person I go to court with.
I guess they were trying to say that she was your wife too.
No.
Okay, maybe I must have misheard. Okay.
Yeah, you did.
But they were saying that, let him be around his wife because they don't want another divorce. You know what I'm saying? I heard him answer that.
He was just joking. Yeah.
Yeah.
But he was stumbling up there. To me, he went. Then he smoothed out, but he was like starting to rust off in the beginning to me. I didn't like that part. Like he didn't know the fuck he was talking about. But he smoothed out though. He smoothed out.
Yeah. Like he was reading some stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Boy.
Yeah,
but they ain't looking too good.
It ain't looking too good? What ain't looking too good?
Well, they trying to destroy your reputation. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I guess to her, to you, they were saying, and one of the comments said, ain't nowhere in the hell she didn't know about his past before she married him. So they looking at her like, really, you didn't know this, Shirley?
Yeah. Well, they all do that. They all do. They did Marjorie like that. Marjorie, all these hoes want her life.
Right.
Life. So I don't
Right.
give a fuck about that shit. I really, no, I look at the big positive thing.
Hey, Karen.
Right.
Like, every hoe in the world want to be Marjorie, but they ain't walk that bitch life. They ain't walked her fucking life to get what she get.
All right. Hold them up. Hold them up. Hold them up. Hold them up. Put in the chat if y'all want to have Marjorie's life. If y'all all jealous of Marjorie because she got lips over there and we all want to be in her shoes. Okay. At the end of the day, why he feel that way? He meant to say him and his wife. Did he mean to say him and his wife want Marjorie's life? Because I definitely don't want her life. I don't want to be in the limelight like that. I don't need everybody talking about me every step I make, you know. And at the end of the day, where he got that from that we all want to be in Marjorie's life, we all want Marjorie and Steve's life. I think him and his wife want Marjorie and Steve's life. And so it's more projection, in my opinion, you know, there's more projection going on. And so Dre didn't want to get off the phone, did he? Dre wanted to gossip and he wanted to hear what a dude have to say. And you know, he's trying to figure out what's really going on with all of this. And so Buck, we got to answer for everything, you know. He got to answer for everything. So let's see, where did we stop off at? So Sancho says Shirley friends looked at him like a piece of trash. Dre, Lamont, and Dion have left the building and have. And Sancho say, good evening. Oh, okay, I love your channel. Oh, thank you, Sancho. And Sonya say, Nesto sound like a kid standing in front of their parent line and making excuses about why they can't stay out of trouble. Yeah, you know. It's the narcissistic behavior, Sonya. Everything is everybody else's fault. He's never at fault about anything. Everybody else is at fault, and you know he's innocent, and he hasn't done anybody wrong. But you see, he didn't want to talk about Miller. Oh, I can't talk about her. Can't talk about her right now. You know, certain parts of the case he can't talk about, and so why Dre get upset with Buckwheat later on, I don't know, because you hear it in this call June 28, 2023. He's telling him he say, can everybody hear your calls? Buckwheat say yes. So Dre, you still talking on these phones, and then all of a sudden in 2024 and you and him talking on the phone, I think it was like in January, the about January the 18th or something like that, or February, you get upset and talking about you don't know what the sound calls no more because all of them being recorded. Well, he telling you right now that the calls are being recorded, but you decide to still continue to talk to him. And then when the YouTube streets put it all on YouTube, then you got upset about it. So I don't know, make that make sense. So either you wanted to be a part of this story or you didn't want to be. So B. Williams say, how would that unalive his afternoon? I don't know. I have no clue. And Sunshine say excuses, and more excuses. Dre over the BS. Now he is, but he was with it. He was with the BS on this call, Sunshine. And one leg say you need Clarence to do that, right? And he need clearance to do all of that. I think that's what you're saying. And Ebony say his final plea was moved up to April the 30th of 2025. Okay, well, that's great. And so if it's the final plea, so how I wonder when they're gonna, if Sean is gonna be in court in May. So are we still looking at a trial this year, you think, Ebony? I hope we are. And Scorpio Mama say he even talks slick. He think he does. And B. Williams said they're gossiping hens. Yeah, I told you. Well, I didn't tell you, but on my video, I was saying that Dre sound like one of those guys that you know, them shoe shiners that just be sitting on the corner waiting to shine somebody's shoes outside the barbershop and just shucking and jiving. That's how I am at Buckwheat sound to me. And so leave the church out of this, exactly, because God don't have nothing to do with this foolishness. And Sunshine say he has no remorse for Shirley. He skips over her. He skips over showing her any care. Yeah, he don't care nothing about Shirley. It was always a scam, Sunshine. She was a mark from the beginning. Okay, he left one lady, and you heard what I don't. You were here when I played those videos That second guy told you they look for women who have a lot of money. That's what narcs do. They look for women that's already that's prestige, that have money, and see if you get somebody like Shirley, that's gonna make him look good, right? Right. So she was a mark from day one. And just peek and say, you, Lady T Bug, Sham, Miss Boogie Down, Vic to the Veil are my homegirls. In my mind, yes, ma'am. And you ladies keep it real and love it. Thank you, just peeking. And Lady T Bug say Dre is trying to understand what's going on. He trying to understand, but he also being nosy, Lady T Bug. Okay. And who is Melody Nesty? He said he can't talk about her right now, B. Williams. Can't talk about Melody. Dre was getting to the bottom of it, trying to. But we know Buckwheat is not gonna let him get to the bottom of anything. He gonna spin this and keep spinning it. You know how the guys have those spinning wheels on their cars on them 22s. That's how he gonna spin this story like they are it's on 22s, baby. And Scorpio mama say both sound like two ladies. They do, with their legs crossed, talking to each other. And hey, Karen, thanks for joining us. And Lady T Bug say that's during the time Shirley wrote allegedly. Wrote what allegedly? And Sunshine say Dre breathing all hard. Stop bringing the Lord's name in this. Right. 304s want his life. Right. I just don't know any of us that want Steve Harvey's life or Marjorie's life. Like I said, it's more projection, because that's what him and his wife want, and that's why come they're in the position that they're in now, because they was trying to look like instead of the Joneses, they were trying to look like the Harveys, is in my opinion. And Sancha C say, why did Dre say is Melody your wife? Dre knew about the possible bigamy. Great clue to pick up on, Sancha, that part. And so B. Williams say, I'm good. But I think he was asking Buckwheat, is that what the court is trying to say, or is that what the YouTube streets are trying to say? Trying to say that instead of Shirley being his wife, was Melody his wife. So it was a weird question for him to ask. And Lady T Bug say, no, she don't want Marjorie's life. No, thank you. Scorpio mama say, hell no, she don't want Marjorie's life. B. Williams say he want to have his back blown out by Mr. Potato Head. Okay. Oh, he might want his back blown out, but he also want Mr. Potato Head's money also. And Scorpio mama say we ain't come close selling coke. Right. And Lady T Bucks, I don't want her life. Shirley Strawberry is the one. Exactly. I will pass on that, says Miss Harmon, allegedly Ian Harmon. And Miss Moshe says, I'm okay. Nope. He and Shirley Strawberry want their lifestyle and money. Dre is messy as fuck, very bitch like. Exactly. But Buckwheat is the one who said it, though, Miss Moshe. This hoe wouldn't mind that life. You wouldn't mind that life, virtuous sinner? I wouldn't mind the money, but not the life. I wouldn't want the fame to go with it, but they can give me their coins if they want to. And Sunshine say he stay calling someone a B, and does. Sunshine say, hell no, she don't want their life. Sancha say Dre didn't want all of those different women finding out he was dating at the same time. Right. Hey, Being Round Dishes, thank you for joining us. Hey, Miss Buckeye, thank you for joining us today. And Ebony say, I just want the money. They can have the fame. I'm with you, Ebony. I'll take the money. And ain't no fun when the rabbits got the gun. Say, not Mr. Potato Head. Mr. Potato Head, Lips, whatever you want to call him. And Gina said, Nesto said it's always said Nesto said he always finds someone better. He's an opportunist. Yeah. And he stayed looking for a come up with women. Yeah, that's why he traded Ebony in for Shirley. He felt like she had more fame and fortune than Ebony did. And Virtuous Center said, no, I wouldn't mind the spy in the movie theater and other stuff. Laugh out loud. No, we wouldn't mind money and lifestyle, but we don't want the fame to come with it. I don't want nobody come asking me for no autograph every time I go out, or have to have people around me and can't go nowhere I want to go freely. Really, it's more of a handicap being famous than it is, an asset, in my opinion. That's just how I see it. So let's get back to the call.
Everything she got, she fucking deserved.
Right.
Fuck up. So those things I have to look at. Them motherfuckers was drugged through the mud. They even got Steve on that time about he molested his own son. Did you see that?
You never heard it. No.
Man, that
Yeah,
shit
it's
all
very
out there. They got
scared.
that shit like everywhere. That shit been out for like 6 months.
No, I ain't heard that.
Yeah, man. I'll get it sent to you since you ain't heard it. Crazy shit.
So he'll get it sent to him.
So, it
No,
is what it
you
is.
ain't got to send it to him. I don't want to know about that. I ain't worried about him.
Yeah, I know it. I know it, but it's okay. I'm gonna
Send
be all
some of
right.
them indictments to
At
him,
least I got my
Nesto.
bond, so I'm straight on that. So that's gonna be handled. I'm gonna get this $7,000. I gotta figure out how I'm gonna do that, and I'm gonna keep on rocking on
Still
the
talking about that $7
Once
grand,
I sell
y'all.
my ass free, I'm definitely some.
So what's these other 17, 15 wants they're talking about? What's that? What's they got? What's that?
That's what they trying to say. That
You don't know what they're talking about?
I don't know what they're talking about, but they're trying to build a case, but they ain't got no case. That's what I was trying to say earlier when I was talking earlier. You understand what I'm saying?
All right.
So they trying to go back on what she was saying, and trying to put shit together.
Who is she?
It ain't nothing.
The one that just got out.
Shirley daughter.
Oh, her. Okay, I thought you were talking about the girl, the one that just got out on the case that was supposed to be on with you.
No.
Oh, Shirley daughter. Okay.
Yeah. So they're trying to go back on her.
Oh,
shit.
here we go.
I'm trying to build something.
Oh.
Here we go again with Sheridan.
So I'm gonna be all right, bro. I'm gonna be all right. So
no, you're not.
I'm gonna be all right.
No, you're not.
This shit pass too, and motherfucker be walking around, passing the fuck out, and I'm be still walking past their ass.
Hey, Shelly.
So
right.
There's niggas out there right now about to pass out. Yeah. Ain't got nowhere to go. Fucked up. Just fucked up. I'm gonna be all right. Bro. This shit pass too.
No, it's not.
Motherfucker beating down trying to get out this motherfucker, and niggas beating in trying to get in. So I'm gonna be just fine. If Shirley ain't call you, everything will be just fine.
I heard from her. No, sure.
I know it.
She probably going through a lot. If she did with all this shit right here, she going through a lot. Probably folks probably asking her questions and shit. Warner's probably getting all kind of phone calls. I'll turn my goddamn phone off.
Yeah. But I see him and told.
Them probably asking her questions. You know, yeah. I don't know if they trying to follow her at the radio station or not, so I don't know.
No, but I think he gonna probably like, man, you know what? That man is being set up. You can't see that. It's simple. You can do a look. If you really listen to what they said, we ain't got nothing. We got this over here. We ain't got nothing. It's called not indicted. It tells you that anybody can be accused, but if you're charged for the charge, that's where you at. You ever see them motherfuckers like, damn, man, I went to court. Damn, you still out? It's 3-4 years because they have 4 years to indict you.
Right.
So it is what it is. That's why you see Trump and all them. They don't give a fuck about what they gonna get locked up for. They gonna be out in the street for. That's all it is. Same thing. It's the exact same thing. But they play a game with the poor folks. So it took me
We're poor. Y'all not
to
poor.
get that bond. They play with me that long. That shit crazy. 6 months just to get that. First 6 months, I still didn't get what I.
Hold them up. Now, did y'all know that they was poor? Because I don't call them poor people. If you make over 6 figures, I don't call you poor. I call you middle class or upper middle class. But I don't call people that make 6 figures poor. So I guess he's saying he's poor because his wife is not poor. Y'all might not know how to budget y'all money well, but y'all not poor. Y'all not poor at all. It's the poor people listening to you, Buckwheat. I'm poor. I'm poor because I don't make 6 figures, so I'm a poor person. Okay. Remember, you said we was all broke. Okay, so I don't know why you're trying to loop yourself in there with us, but we'll go ahead and finish listening to you.
I need it. Take me there. Take me back. Take me back. Drop a child. Add child. Dropping shit. Add. Yeah, because it didn't have nothing in the first beginning. So it is what it is. There's nothing I can do about that, brother. Not at all.
Yeah, B. Williams, he left her poor. He left her poor.
Sure, that she gets sticky.
That's all you can do.
She heard said, I'm not gonna let nobody pressure me to do nothing. You heard what
Right.
so,
Okay, Lady T Bug.
It is.
yeah. So it is
Hold
what
up,
it is.
hold up. She want me to roll it back, y'all. So give me 1 second here. Let me roll it back for y'all.
About to pass out. Yeah. Ain't gotta let it go. Fucked up. Just fucked up.
I just said it to him. I don't want nothing about that. I ain't worried about him.
Yeah, I know it. I know it. But it's okay. I'm gonna be all right, player. But at least I got my bond, so I'm straight on that. So that's gonna be handled. I'm gonna get this $7,000. I gotta figure out how I'm gonna do that, and I'm gonna keep on rocking on their ass. Once I see them out there free, I'm definitely some.
So what's these other 17, 15 wants they're talking about? What's that? What's they got? What's that?
That's what they trying to say. That
You don't know what they're talking about?
I don't know what they're talking about, but they're trying to build a case, but they ain't got no case. That's what I was trying to say
Okay,
earlier
got it.
when I was talking earlier. You understand what I'm saying?
All right.
So they trying to go back
Yeah.
on what she was saying.
Them 39
What
charges
she
say
was
they got a
saying,
case.
and trying to put shit together.
Who is
But
she?
it ain't nothing.
The one that just got out.
Shirley daughter.
Oh, her. Okay, I thought you were talking about the girl, the one that just got out on the case that was supposed to be on with you.
No.
Oh, Shirley daughter. Okay.
Yeah. So they trying to go back on her shit. I'm trying to build something.
Oh.
You see what I'm saying? That's all. But it ain't gonna get together. So I'm gonna be all right, bro. I'm gonna be all right. So I'm gonna be all right. I'm gonna be just fine. This shit pass too, and motherfucker be walking around, passing the fuck out, and I'm be still walking past their ass. So it'll be
Right.
just fine. There's niggas out there right now about to pass out. Yeah. Ain't gotta let it go. Fucked up. Just fucked up.
You ain't got nowhere to go,
I'm
sir.
gonna be all right, bro. This shit pass too. Yeah. Motherfucker beating down trying to get out this motherfucker, and niggas beating in trying to get in. So I'm gonna be just fine. If Shirley ain't call you, everything will be just
I
fine.
ain't heard from her. No, she ain't.
I know it.
She probably going through a lot. If she did all this shit right here, she going through a lot. Probably folks probably asking her questions and shit. One is probably getting all kind of phone calls. I'll turn my goddamn phone off.
Yeah. But I sit here and talk.
See them probably asking her questions. You know, yeah. I don't know if they trying to follow her at the radio station or not, so I don't know.
No, but I think he gonna probably like, man, you know what? That man is being set up. You can't see that. It's simple. You can do a look.
That ain't what
If you
Steve
really listen
said.
to what they said, we ain't got nothing. We got this over here. We ain't got nothing. It's called not indicted. It tells you that anybody can be accused, but if you're charged with a charge, that's where you at. You ever see a motherfucker like, damn, man, I went to court. Damn, you still out? It's 3-4 years because they have 4 years to indict you.
Right.
So it is what it is. That's why you see Trump and all them. They don't give a fuck about what they gonna get locked up for. They gonna be out in the street for. That's all it is. Same thing. It's the exact same thing. But they play a game with the poor folks. So it took me fucking 6 months just to get that bond. They played with me that long. That shit crazy.
Hear that, Lady T Bug? They play games with the poor folks.
First 6 months, I still didn't get what I needed. Take me there, take me back, drop a child, add dropping shit, add. Yeah, because they didn't have nothing in the first beginning. So it is what it is. There's nothing I can do about that, brother. Not at all. All I can do is stay strong. That's it. Sure, this shit gets sticky.
That's all you can do.
She heard said, I'm not gonna let nobody pressure me to do nothing. You heard what she said, so yeah.
It is.
Yeah. So it is what it is. If she fall, the whole plantation fall. Everybody fall. I don't ever really fall. So that means fat ass friend David, you know that she gonna fall. Daughter fall. Everybody gonna fall.
Everybody gonna fall, y'all.
Everybody gonna fall. Something else ain't.
Man.
Situation, bro. Yeah. But this shit pass too. Yep. This gonna pass too.
Right.
But anyway. All right.
You still hadn't talked to Shirley?
No, I texted about 35 minutes ago. I ain't talked to her yet. I haven't talked to her yet. Somebody probably called her, text her, whatever.
Well, let me
But
get the text messages up.
if she's seen it or heard
See
about
what
it.
he
So when the
texted her.
last time you talked to her? The last time that we talked to her?
Yeah, that's the last time I talked
That's
to
the
her.
last time you spoke to her? Really?
Yeah. But I text her. I text her. Because I gave her.
Yeah, you told me that. You told me that, yeah.
What's this? June 28th?
But she ain't said nothing. She's still doing what she got to do. And guess what? She got that affidavit. And she put that affidavit. They turned it in saying that I could stay with her.
She got that affidavit,
So, I
y'all.
don't give a fuck what the motherfucker think about me. So that let me know she's still on board. Make sense?
Yeah. Oh, so she agreed to it. She know about it?
Yeah, she know about it. She know what you mean.
Okay.
I told her.
I was just asking. I mean, I heard what they said, but I'm right.
Oh, you talking about yeah.
Like if you were to get out, you're right. Yeah, they're gonna.
Okay. So the text message of June 28th says, let's see here. Well, he texted Sonia, started texting her at 8:42 that morning. He says, she said, okay, I don't know what happened to the call. I love you. And so he texts Shirley, because she's still on board, he say. And this is military time, 2051. So y'all tell me what 2051 is. I bet that's like something like 8 o'clock or something like that at night. And so he says, good evening. How are you? My lawyer came and seen me last night. If you can find time, look in your phone and give me my friend Daryl and send it to me, please. We don't have free calls here anymore. So I'll call you tomorrow with Dre. Have a good night. So that was June the 28th. And then he said, he told Shirley, thanks, I love you. So I guess she texted him the number, and Shirley said okay, and that's all. So if you ask Shirley for the phone number and you ask for Daryl's number, what part of that is she still on board? But we'll go ahead and digress on that, and we'll go ahead and finish listening to this phone call, because I love to catch him in his good lies.
Gonna be all that news. Folk gonna be all out there with her. They when soon as you get released, they're gonna be following her.
9
Follow
p.m.
your ass
Virtual
too.
Center. Okay, thanks.
I'm wait.
Follow your ass too.
Hey man, I'm good. I always take other motherfucking trash and turn it into goddamn a diamond piece. You know that, so I'm good at that.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't nobody never gave me no new shit. So guess what? I'm gonna take this trash and I'm gonna turn it into a diamond piece.
Mm-hmm.
I sure am.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's what he was saying, the affidavit, when he was saying, Judge, you want us to go ahead and put the affidavit in? He already put the affidavit in before he even got there. So he was already prepared. So you can't say no. You understand that? Yeah. So she already signed the affidavit and everything that I'm good. I can do whatever I need to do. And I got a place to stay. So that right there was good enough for me. All that other shit, I'm just. Yeah. So yeah, I'm good on that. So I hope that answers your question.
They don't answer my questions.
So I called two people. I called you, and you called her. So I told both of y'all at the same time when I got charged. So the rest of that ain't nobody that don't even matter to me. So I'm good.
What you mean when you got charged? What are you talking about?
When I first got charged, when they charged me with that shit, that was January, and I called you on the free phone.
Oh, yeah, because I didn't know you. I didn't know you was in jail about 3 or 4 months later. So I just couldn't get you put answer your phone.
Yeah.
I thought you know when it first happened.
Yeah. But I'm saying, but after I was in here to January, when they throw that shit on me on January, I called you and told
Right.
Yeah. Because I want you to know what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, they threw the CP charges on him in January.
Ain't no trying to hold back playing games and shit. Fuck that. It is what it is. Am I told you earlier?
Mm-hmm.
And how a man gonna be 60-something years old gonna start up on that game right there? That's a pattern. Everything we do is a pattern. I was started at a young age on some shit like that.
and my lawyer got his affidavit. He got that affidavit, and that's a pattern. That's a pattern, and you got to start that at a young age. That's a pattern, And so, sound like little scooter words to me, but I'm gonna digress.
That ain't my pattern.
That ain't his pattern.
So what you did was you took that device out of one of them cars, and you stupid motherfucker. You know that's one of my units that come out the patrol car. You know I had 8 patrol cars. Yeah, so
okay.
I'm not worried about that part. That I'm not worried about. Process, so I could make my play. So it worked with a checkmate on that end. So right now we can have another checkmate. So I'm gonna suffer right now, and then I'm going straight to the battle box on the ass. Yeah. So when I went to the other barn here, man, I got so much shit because we had the document printed out. What they said, they were so discombobulated, man. Them folks set my ass up, and they said it in the statements. That's what the DA was mad this time. All that said, and you hear what he said, they ain't got no evidence. Well, he said it himself. If you go back and listen to it, it tells you that. He said it on the thing. My lawyer did. You understand?
I hear you.
Yeah. It tell you that. And they got mad. So, yeah. So he's talking about on 13. We'll see what's happening on 13. We're going to see.
Right.
Yeah. So I'll wait. Sit here and wait. See what's going to go down.
Yeah, we waiting too, but we're going to see what's going to go down.
Say that right now. Yes,
we all waiting.
So it is what it is. I got to figure this shit out. I'm going to figure it out. I always do.
Right.
Yeah. All right, well, you have a good night, sir, and enjoy your lovely weekend with your good people, and stay focused.
All right, Nesto.
All right, okay. You don't think too hard, brother. Don't think too hard.
Man.
It's going to be all right, man. It's going to be all right. Shit, it's going to be all right. I know that. So I'm going to get back with you. I got my answers. Like I said, they signed it, so they don't turn me down. They already said they did. They were going to move on. They wouldn't have did it. That's the part of people, but she's going to win at the end. You know how she going to win at the end? Because it ain't too many strong motherfuckers out here left. That's how she going to kill them. That's how they going to get that. This book right here is the #1 seller. This is way better fire than what she had put out. This is a lifetime story.
Oh, so your book going to be better than Shirley's book.
Everybody's going to want to see this picture here.
Yeah.
So if it's shocking to you a little bit, that's going to be good. Okay, brother?
All right.
All right, well, hold it down, brother. Thank you. Love you very much.
Love you very much. Love you very much, brother.
Thank you for using Global Tellink.
So y'all heard it straight from the horse's mouth. It's going to be a better book than what Shirley ever thought about writing. And he going to be good. He going to come out swinging. And he going to be all right. He going to be victorious. And when he come out, he going to be better than he ever was before. And so all of us just jealous of him and his life, and everybody lying on him, and everything's going to be just fine. Just let him get back out in the public, and he going to run it all up again. And those are his words, not mine. So Eve say, oh, no, not at all. So I guess you don't want, I guess Eve said she don't want Marjorie and Steve's life either. And I did put the link in the chat if anybody want to come up. So yeah, Poe, not poor, Lady T-Bug. And Sunshine said, I came with you. I didn't do anything, Sunshine. I'm just repeating what he said. And Eve say Finesto is a horrible liar and deflector, and is. And 7K not loading. Yeah, he brought it all the way back around to that 7K again, B. Williams. And actually, the call that we listened to Monday, this is the second part of the call. Okay. And so they hung up on this call, and then he turned around and called Dre back again. Okay. But we heard the second call first, and this is the first call that they had on that day. But he lied and said that he got a place to stay. And when he texted Shirley, hey Vicky, thanks for joining us. When he texted Shirley, all he texted Shirley was asked her to give him Daryl's phone number. He didn't say, "Do I got a place to stay? Is we gonna be together?" It was nothing about the marriage, none whatsoever. But let him tell the story. He got a place to stay, and that's all he care about. And Scorpio mama say, if he get free, he gonna be on the run. That's right. That's why they didn't let him free. 32 months later, Scorpio mama, he's still locked up. Okay, and together, yeah. Yeah, he said he got all his facts together. Lady T Bug say he doesn't take anything seriously. Uh, um, Not unless you're talking about him. Now, if you talk about him, he'll take that serious. But as far as his jail stuff, he ain't taking it serious at this point. And Sunshine say, player, you got Bun. He's scared to mention Erica's name. Exactly. He don't bring her up at all. He don't want to talk about Melanie either at this point. Really, he don't want to talk about none of them victims, Sunshine. And Dre was Stevie Wonder to that 7K. That's right. He wondered where he gonna get it from. He was real blind. Dre glazed right over that, didn't he? Now, he wanted to hear the tea about everything else. But when Buckwheat started talking about that money, Drake glazed over that and started talking and brought up a whole nother subject. You know, he's acting like Lamont. They bring up when he started talking about big money. Now they don't mind putting a little money on his books. Dre don't mind. I think even Lamont mind putting money on the books. I don't even think he got $20 to put on his books. But Dre will put a little drop a little something on his book. But when he started talking about anything in the case, $1,000 plus, then Dre ain't got it. Okay. And Lady T-Bus says, stop speaking on what you think other people are thinking. Right. He always talking about what everybody else thinking as if he know. Just like, he played like Sheridan was at Eddie Murphy house doing drugs all week. Like, how you know that? Were you there? You like he played like he know who the baby daddy is. The baby daddy ain't right. How you know who her baby daddy is? Was you there filming it while it was going on? Sir, you have no clue. And B. Williams say he don't care about that lady and don't. And Virtuous Center, I wonder if Sheridan now asked Shirley, you see what I see now? She probably ain't rubbing it in her face like that, Virtuous Center. But I would if I was her daughter. B. Williams said you could not have committed crime. Right. Virtuous Center, I would definitely say something. We would, but I don't think Sheridan want to rub, I don't think she really want to rub that in her mama face. And B. Williams say, really? Yeah, his affidavit, his law, you got his affidavit together, and all the evidence is on that affidavit, B. Williams and J. Blake. So Veterans Center say this is the day before Shirley said, nah, bruh, you can't stay here. Now he said he had a place to stay because he texted his wife and asked her for Daryl's number, and they gave him confirmation that he had a place to stay. Okay, y'all got him mixed up. So Dre knows Shirley is gone and that's why he kept saying, okay, so that was 9:00 when he texted Shirley that night. Okay. But Dre keep trying to tell him this lady is going through a lot. This lady is going through everything. And he act like he could care less. He act like he could care less about what Shirley going through. All he care about is what he's going through. And that's all he can see is his downfall. He's the one who's locked up. Nobody is really wanting to take his calls, and nobody really care about him being in jail. And he's just inside trying to fight his case, and he needs some help. Okay, so that's what he's concerned about, and that's what he's thinking about. And Lady T-Bug say that's what I was referring to when I stated Shirley Strawberry signed the paperwork. Oh, okay, that affidavit, or that divorce.
That's what I came up to say real quick because I only got like 5 minutes.
Okay.
When if this is because I'm late to the party, so but I think I know I didn't listen to Dre's calls over and over and over because I get tired of Sonya. If this is the call where he's like, so she signed the affidavit, said I can stay with her, so I don't give a fuck.
Right.
Is that the one?
Yeah, that's what he was talking. Well, yeah, he said his lawyer presented that affidavit. His lawyer got that affidavit. So yeah, I guess that's what he's talking about is because he said he had a place to stay. So I assume that's what he's talking about.
Well, because it was the way he said it. It's like she signed the letter saying I can stay with her, so I don't give a fuck. Is this the one? Is this that call?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the attitude of I'm still in control. I'm about to kick everybody away, and He doesn't care about what she's going through. Dion Lamont and Dre tried to tell him, isn't when he's verbalized. It's not just about what she going through. What I'm going through. It's the way she fixed her
Exactly.
mouth, Dre. She got to watch the way she curved her lips, Dre. It's just it's the
Self
non
entitlement and nonchalant ass attitude.
that he was going he was entitled to every single thing that Shirley had, like and sleeping with the enemy, and that's basically his sugar mama, and she's footing the bill for everything. Meanwhile, this lady got $300,000 tax liens, and yeah, he could sit there and talk about what he helped her pay it. Well, you may have brought it to her attention,
Right.
but did you really try to fork up some money to help her pay it?
No.
Exactly. So, but I'm still here. Go ahead and finish your reading your comments. I'm sorry.
Oh no, go ahead. Go ahead, because you said you don't have that much time. So go ahead and say what you
No,
need
I
to
can. I
say.
mean, because that's all. I just it's that one little comment where he says when he says she already said I can stay with her, so I don't give a fuck. That part right
Yeah,
there,
yeah,
that
yeah.
always just irritate. It's like
He puffing out his chest. His chest real puffed out right now, because I guess because he asked for Daryl's phone number.
he thought Daryl was gonna like okay. That was a way to get in touch with Shirley. Number one,
Right,
Sonya already really had like Daryl's number.
right.
Sonya had, or she may maybe she because Sonya had been talking to all his people. Every number he gave her, she kept.
Mm-hmm.
She had been talking to everybody. So if you think that Sonya deleted that number,
She
you
ain't
just
deleted nothing. She got all info. She got the numbers, the video. She downloaded everything, and she kept everything. And you can rest assured, she went through that phone like a fine tooth comb. She got all of his friends' phone numbers. She probably wrote down everything. Hey, boys, Nana, thank you for being here, and Lady Janice, thank you for being here. But no, Sonya got everything. You can rest assured that she's not gonna forget anything,
yeah,
and she got everything, and she will try to hold that against him.
yes she
Um,
will.
yeah, she'll try to
Go
hold
ahead.
that against him. Okay, I got you. She'll try to hold that against him later on down the line.
But
If he ever say anything out the way or do anything to her that she don't like, you can rest assured that's gonna come back up. Watch and see.
and Sonya actually did kind of hold some of the stuff against him. He called her coach, and she sent him a message, or it was one of these messages where I'm sorry, he called her something else, boss lady. He called her boss lady. And she's like, well, that's what you call a lot of the, I'm going, she had gone through all his DMs and stuff. And he's so uncreative with these text messages and how he converses with women that he called each and every woman boss lady. He called Erica Queen of the South. Then he started calling Sonya Queen of the South. And then he called Sonya boss lady. So it's he's unoriginal when it comes to scams and when it comes to how he interacts with women. He's just dick dashing. But Dre, I think personally in this interaction, he thinks that because Shirley answered the text message and she sent him an emotional message saying what happened to us. He thinks that that's like his way in. And Shirley and the other lady Carol, they kind of silly because they think that they can rationalize with a narcissist. And
Yeah.
I had to learn that the hard way. You can't give them an inch at all. And
Mm,
this man is a true narcissist. He's not like a little bitty like he has traits of it because Shirley has traits of being very self-involved. Some
right.
people, and I think we all kind of do. We all find ourselves in self-important, and we all kind of put ourselves first and forward in a certain way. But this
Yeah.
man, he really is a narcissist.
But let me tell you how I know that this is what he's talking about, and that you're right on point with that, because Shirley did text him on June 22nd. Now this call is June 28th, right? Of 2023.
Right.
Shirley texted him at 10:37 55. So I guess that was 10:37 I don't know. I guess that's in the morning.
Mhm.
It don't say AM or PM. But anyway, she said, I just never thought you and I would end up like this.
Not you
Not
and I.
not you and I. I'm beyond hurt and I don't understand what went so wrong with us. Do you know what happened? And then he said, let's see. He said, for last week we are all human. For last week we are all human. We are both going through difficult times being separated from one another. You have all the right to be beyond hurt. No reason to upset you. uh, I have no reason to upset with you because you have been by my side this whole time, 1000%. I would never give up on our marriage. I would never let the devil win. I love you forever. I heard in your voice last week. No matter what, our marriage is stronger than ever. Thank you for applying back. It's been 7 days, but you got a place to stay. I just like to know where I stand because my life has been stripped away from me. Thank God that I'm a great listener. It's the small words that's being in great impact, big impact. Oh, I can't. I just can't with him. You have a wonderful day, and thank you for thinking about your husband.
I,
So that's what he texted her, and she texted him. Don't forget, I stated to the world a public announcement.
yeah.
I would unalive for you, no matter what, as long as you have me and continue loving me. That keeps my strength like Samson in the Bible. Every day I love you more and more, just like my favorite ice cream. No
Oh my
one knows
gosh.
my flavor better than you. So we can't let people hijack our love from one another. This sounds just like a scammer.
It,
A lot of people wish they had the power and energy that we do. Go out there and suck up some of that sun for me, and I will keep piping. I guess he want to say peeping, but he say piping out the window, looking at the clouds and thinking about you. How you and I used to ride together, and all you talked about was them beautiful clouds in the sky. So let's just keep letting God continue working in our lives, and I promise you will I promise you will just fine. I guess he said just be fine and never give up. It's okay. I would never give up on us. I apologize. So Shirley said your
he,
attorney come to see you today.
exactly. Yeah, she was real cute with it afterwards. After
Right.
that, she was like,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, yeah. She's so done with this.
Because you know what, the attorney, what was I gonna say? The attorney had stopped communicating with Sonia.
Uh-huh.
He was over Sonia at that point, and so he was communicating solely with Shirley.
Mm-hmm.
And so, and whatever happened between he and Sonia, she really stuck her foot in it with him. So he was only having those communications with him. So he was calling Shirley, and I do think that their relationship, not saying like like real deep relationship or whatever, but I believe the attorney developed a relationship with Shirley to where he was honest with her. It's like, look, I have been talking to this woman.
Right.
He's representing that she's like a family member. Do you know her?
Right.
And it doesn't
Well, do you
seem.
remember which attorney this is at that point? Is this Crail or
This is Crail.
this is Crail? Okay.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, he sent her that bullshit message. Sorry, I'm sorry me to cuss, but that message, because he just plays on her weakness, and he knows her weakness is her Bible and her faith. He goes after her, like her weak point, and
Right.
being faithful is not weak, but when someone like him knows how to get at you, and he
Mm-hmm.
knows that all you got to do is hold it. It's like almost like a vampire. You hold the cross up to him, and they like
Yeah.
you'll back down, and that's usually what she's done. All he's got to do is bring up God, and you're right, honey. Okay, I'll, I'm listening to you. And that's what he's done. He didn't even try to learn the Bible. He didn't even try to learn any Bible verses. Don't sound like he did any Bible study. Nothing.
Well, he knows Samson had strength.
Yeah. Or I'm sorry. Who was it? Who kept? Or is it real? They keep bringing up that he talked about Hercules was in the Bible.
Hercules, yeah, Hercules, and really it's Samson, but
Yeah,
that's who he's talking about.
but he used her faith against her, and he thought it was still gonna work. And then when that stuff stopped working, like she was over it. I truly strongly, I'm still of the belief that at this time, because Krill was conversing with her, and thank you, Miss Boogie Down is up here. I can do a little work while y'all talking. That Krill was conversing with her as opposed to he and Sonya, because Nesto didn't want to speak to Krill because he's stupid, and Krill didn't want to speak to Sonya, and Nesto
Hmm.
wanted Krill to speak to Sonya, and Sonya had fudged up that relationship. So now it's just through Shirley, and then Shirley probably's like, "I'm not paying another dime. We could be, you have my number. You can text me to say hello and Happy New Year's, but
Right.
I'm not paying another dime towards him." And Krill's like, "Well, since you're not paying me no more, I might as well tell you all the tea, boo."
Yeah, I'm finna tell everything, just like Sonya would do him. Sonya would do the same thing, just because she got all his contacts and all of that. And she would go down the line, baby, and call everybody and tell everything that she know to everybody that she think would listen to her. But being around dishes, say, if I was Dre, I would be pissed because you think I'm stupid,
Right.
that you can con me. But Dre was drinking the Kool-Aid. He was
Dre,
he acted like he was drinking that Kool-Aid to me.
I think what I don't think Dre's like a stand up citizen, but I think he was trying to be a good friend to Nesto and not try to kick his back in. I still stick with that, and sometimes you have to be a friend like that and just not kick their back in while they're down.
Right.
But Nesto, everybody was like basically courting him and
Yeah.
telling him it's gonna be all right, it's
They
gonna
were
be all
calling
right.
him. Yeah, they was definitely calling him.
Yeah, man, just tell him, yeah, it's not looking good, but I think he might give off that energy that he's gonna hurt himself while he's in the jail. So they may not, he's probably given signs like that before and probably said something like that before that I don't think I'm gonna
Yeah.
make it. I don't, because he spins out. He
That's
does
that's what
these.
I said before. We probably ain't heard that call, but
Hmm.
he probably he done made that inference because remember he told homegirl he gonna when they quit, I might just have to go to the
I'm gonna
hole.
go to the hole. I'm
I'm
gonna go to the
going to the
hole. I'm gonna
hole.
go to the hole. I'm
Yeah.
gonna go to the hole.
Well,
Who wants to
bye.
go? Who
Bye.
wants to go to the hole? I'm telling you, you do not want to be in solitary confinement because it's a nasty room, and they barely clean it up. You just sitting in there. You probably
And
maybe get
and you don't even get no time out when you on that type of watch.
you
Remember,
know
if you're on that type of watch, do you get that 1 hour?
you get a 1 hour to you might get 1 hour every, it depends on the jail. Now you might get 1 hour every 2 days to go clean yourself off. But I think you have a sink in there, you have a toilet in there to relieve yourself, but you have a sink in there to wash up and everything. And they take all your stuff. You can't have any books in there, and they might put you in a turtle suit. So
Right.
you might not really have any clothes on. You just got that turtle suit, the turtle shell on, with nothing underneath. So you and a mattress. You don't even get sheets in there.
Right. Well, let me read these comments, guys, before Miss Booker Down speak. So B. Williams said, "Take a stupid effort to know one." That's right. And uniquely Sonya say Nesto tries hard to speak shit about into being. Yeah, whatever's not true, he try to make it. He think if he speak it into existence, then that's what's gonna happen. He is delusional to the 10th power. He lives in some altered reality. Jay Blake said, "I just can't stand him." Nobody can. And did y'all see that Jay Blake and I think Ebony said that his final plea is going to be on 4/30 25 in April.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
It's
they
going
said
so it's
yeah.
moving up.
Yeah, it's moving on up. So B.
All
Williams
right.
say anyone with some sense will question why all of this is happening to him. Scorpio mama say he's going to fake it out. Right. Delusional. He going to be better, so okay, Scorpio mom, I can't really comprehend that one. Vicky says she late to the party, but she not. I can't wait to hear his coward plea. Right, it's gonna be his final plea, the 25th of April. So after the final plea, then they should wouldn't they set a court date after that? And Shan is in the chat, so she can let us know that. So Scorpio mama say he gonna be better at it next time around. Yeah, he'll just learn how to. I don't know though, Scorpio mama, because he came up with the scams, but he tried to have Erica execute some of the scams, and that's dealing with the credit card, with the what is it called? Fixing the credit portion of it up. But all these cars and all that other stuff, all that's on him. It ain't on Erica. Hey boys, Nana, thanks for joining us. And Dre probably thinking, being rendition, say, Dre probably thinking this line ninja here. Well, he shows he's standing there being getting the Tito being renditions. B. Williams, and that's what's upset me the most, Lady Janice say. And hey, Lady Janice, it seems that the inner circle of family and friends is weak minded too, or I wonder, do they not ask questions? Because Nesto knows dirt on them. That's what is given to me. And I don't know. They act like he the king though, for real. They act like he a really big man, and I don't know. And Lady T Bug said she didn't divorce him until 2024. Nesto is delusional on a different level. Nesto think when he say I forgive them, they have apologized to him. He needs to shrink. He need a shrink, and do he need more than a shrink? He really do. He need a priest really to shake that devil out of him. Okay, he need a what you call it? What's that movie we used to,
Exorcism.
there you go. He need an exorcism priest is what he need in my opinion. B. Williams say, yep, he thought he was still on board because of the affidavit that him and Homegirl wrote up allegedly. 14 plus 1 say 2051 is 8:21 p.m. is when he texted her. And let T-Bug say, what money, right? He was just checking if Shirley Strawberry would respond. Yeah, he's always checking her temperature. And yeah, he don't like women. That's okay. 14 plus 1. I didn't even know it was 8 o'clock. So crash out, Carol. Yeah, she is slow and selfish. And I guess y'all talking about Shirley. He lies so bad, and he do. B. Williams say he's a Nigerian prince. Lord, not the ice cream, says out of the bushes. Shelly C say he hijacked the love. Was it really love though, Shelly C? You mean he hijacked the scam? The scam of him playing like he loved this woman, because he ain't never loved her. And I don't have no more, is what Miss Strawberry said. Cotton candy ice. She's been ice. Cotton candy ice cream. Okay. And let Jenny say the difference is Samson had God's strength, and he was an idiot too, cause Delilah got him. However, Nesto ain't never had no strength. He's just a flat out idiot. That's right. Hey, Miss Selena, she said I'm listening in the bushes. And let's see any more. Miss Selena said Dre was 10 toes down. Please. Well, I don't know, Miss Selena. Dre act like he was drinking the Kool-Aid. Unless he was just trying to fish for information, too. I have to say that. Because B. Williams said he was being very strategic with Nesto. And I guess you can't alienate him too much because you want to try to get the information out of him. So you can't be all accusatory and, making accusations that you don't know about. So you just ask him open-ended questions so you can see what answer he gonna give you. But Dre know this dude. He know he's gonna lie. And Lady Janice said, I agree, but my mouth is set up. I got questions and I'm going to ask them. And don't tell me you can't talk to me on these lines, sir, because you've been talking all this time. And B. Williams said he said many times he would take himself out to Dion and Lil Scooter. Shane say, S watch does not mean come out at no point. You're right. That's what I was thinking, Shane. He ain't gonna never get to come out. But on this call, there were points when Nesto was lying. Dre seemed to have checked out and was giving Nesto, I know you lying. They should set a court date after the final plea. Okay, that's what I was thinking. Okay, Miss Alina. And Sancho said, I've been in a hurtful, hopeless situation. Ask God to open my eyes and give me some clarity at times. I'm surprised at what I see. If Shirley was so religious, he would have opened her eyes. He did. She just thought that Nesto, God was, she thought God was giving Nesto a Job moment when he really was giving her the Job moment. And she didn't realize. She got it mixed up, Sancho. And Shane say, in my opinion, they don't ask questions because they think he is right, because they believe him and think he is Shirley Savior and not Shirley Dubois, right? Because he do give that that aura as if he's in charge of everything. He really does. And Shirley allow him to be in charge of all of that. And Lady Janice said, yeah, he definitely need an exorcism. I'm glad somebody agreed with me. It's so shameful how deceitful he was. and just think Shirley Strawberry was truly sleeping with the enemy. Yeah, she didn't believe that though. Shan, I don't understand, because how can they believe somebody without asking questions? For me, stuff got to make logical sense and nothing less though. But the whole thing about it though, Lady Janice, this is the way they operate. They've always operated as if he got all of the answers. And so that's why they treat him like this. They treat him like he's the king. Like that picture Vicky got on her last live that she did. And that Liquid V had Strawberry down bad. I think it's that and just being mentally lazy, B. Williams. So, Vicky, were you done with your points? And should we let Miss Boogie
Yeah,
down
go
talk?
ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, Miss Boogie down, what you got to say about it all?
Hey, ladies, how y'all doing?
We're doing great. How you doing
Hi.
today?
I'm doing well. I want to go just like you said. I just want to focus on the call in itself, and that's what was making me mad with Dre. At one point, I was like, "Is he trying to get tea?" And I think, like Shan always says, multiple things or two things can be true, right? I think not only was he trying to get the tea, but I also am becoming a little bit more empathetic on his side and thinking maybe even though he was aware that Nesto was full of shit, he basically was like, let me not come at him too crazy. But he was asking the right questions. Dre, to me, always, and Dion always ask the right questions. My issue with them is the follow-up. Because when he asked him specifically, who's this Melanie? Because he had never heard of her, and you can genuinely tell Dre didn't know nothing about her or whatever have you. He just was like, oh, I can't talk about that. Well, I'm just asking you who she is. You can tell me without telling me the backstory. Oh, she's somebody who, said that, I committed a crime against her. Like she's one of the allegedly victims. He doesn't say anything. He's just like, oh, I can't talk about that or whatever. And then Dre just moves on to the next situation. And I'm like, are you being nosy? Are you trying to make him accountable to see what, like, I'm just confused at this point during the calls as to really where Dre was. But I agree with you again. I said what I said with that whole, when Dre was like, bless Shirley's heart, I did feel like he was being genuine. And this man went silent. And sometimes, granted, Dre doesn't have to be the most, intelligent individual, but silence speaks answers too. And I don't understand why when he was being so silent, and wasn't sitting up there like you are, saying your wife and this poor woman or whatever have you, he's saying nothing. And Dre is not holding that accountable. And that's always been my issue. Like, even if that's the case and this is your friend, or whatever have you, there's still accountability. And if you're going to rope me in, if you're going to be indirectly or directly asking me to help assist you, no. Anytime you want my money, and that's just how we are in this game called adulthood, you asking somebody for something, they have a right to ask you what's going on. Because when they got to the point, or rather when Sonia got to the point and was asking Dre for that money, he did what he was supposed to do. He started asking questions. They got mad because they didn't feel like they needed to answer. Oh, he knows my characteristics, because he never says character properly. He knows my characteristics and this and this and that. No, the man asking you questions because you're not asking him for $50, $100. And even with that, I don't care if it's $20. I have a right to ask you what you need my money for. Like, what's going on? How did you get to this point where you got to ask me for this? But you asking this man for thousands of dollars, or wanting him at one point. I think Lady T-Bug had played a call where you sitting up here saying he gonna put up his property and stuff like that. You got some daggone nerve. You think you get to ask people for they hard work, hard earned stuff, and they not supposed to ask you no questions. They just supposed to go along to get along. And like you said, because he has always been the king in that crew and everything else, he feels that he doesn't have to answer to anything. Like, this is what I need, and I need y'all to figure it out and get it for me and help me out. Like,
well,
but
he explains it. He explains it. Then he said, "Do you understand? You understand? You understand?"
Right.
Anything? He gave his answer. Then he asked them if they understand, so they can understand.
Right. But when he was asking about that woman, and who she was. And now we know, listening to all these calls, who this woman was, one of his victims and all this other stuff. You know what I'm saying? We're finding out the information, but it's just that, like I said, to me, for this to be grown men having conversations or whatever, and I get men are different type of friends to each other than we are as women, but I just have a problem with the non-follow-up or whatever have you. You don't have to beat him while he's down to call him out. Like you can literally say, hey, you know what, check this out, man, cut that out. Now I call BS on that. Now that don't even sound right. Hell, you could even say it in a playful banter, but at the end of the day, make it be known what you putting down, I'm not picking up. I'm not buying it. And nobody does that.
Well, could it
Nobody does that.
well could it be that when Dre asking these questions, could it be like with your best friend, you know when your best friend lying to you or not? So
Right.
could it be that he's just asking these questions to see if he's gonna tell him the truth, and
That's
just
what
ask
I'm
the
saying.
questions
I'm becoming
lightly
a
and
little bit.
nicely?
That's why I said I am becoming a little bit more empathetic, and in the sense that I've been listening with you guys, and us having a difference of opinions on certain things. And I do see that side of it. Absolutely. But my thing is just like, you're being nosy, or you really are genuinely just trying to figure out what's going on with your friend, but you're not following through. And in that sense, you kind of see Dre as like a male version of Shirley. They hearing what they want to hear, and they're listening to what they want to listen to
Shit.
because of their admiration, love, and or whatever for this man. And that
No,
bothers me.
I disagree with you on that one. As far as him being like Shirley, because in my opinion, he asked way more questions than Shirley ever thought about asking. Because and two things could be true at once. He was trying to get the tea, but he was also trying to understand, and also he wanted to know, was it worth him putting his money up for? That's what I feel like he was asking the questions for. But
Yeah,
I see him way better than Shirley. And Miss Alina said she got a question. I low key sense I low key sense an infatuation that Dre has for Nesto. Anyone else sense that? I don't see that it's an infatuation. I just look at it as they boys, they friends. And I just look at it that Dre is asking these questions because he know when Buckwheat is lying to him. He know when he's trying to deflect. He know him better than Shirley know him because he's been knowing him longer than Shirley. Granted, they don't spend a lot of time together, but they spent a lot of time together when they was in the penitentiary the first time. Okay, at least a decade. So they know each other.
My
Okay.
answer to that is I think there is a slight admiration there. At this point, I believe he thought, his man's made it, right? They both did time. They both know what it's like to try to reacclimate yourself. At this point, I'm just saying what I think is from Dre's viewpoint. I think he has an admiration for his friend because his friend is somewhat on the come up. Whether you call her a Z-lister, which I love, that's hilarious, or in my case, I just call her like a lower B, upper C-lister celebrity. His man is on the come up. And that's what it is. He's seen like his man has been moving and shaking and bettering himself in terms of the women that he's able to pull now and stuff like that. So I think personally with that part, as far as Dre goes, I think there's an admiration there. Like he's looking at his friend, because I do think that even though Dre could be a little messy and a little gossipy, I really do think that he is Nesto's friend. I don't think Nesto is a friend to him, but I do think Dre is Nesto's friend, with a little sidebar of messiness and stuff like that. But I think he's admiring his friend. His friend is on this come up. He's doing things, and he's putting himself in a situation where it's like, that's good. Like my boy he's all right. He's coming up now. So that's my opinion on that.
Well, and it's also too, we all have friends that we look up to one way or the other, right? And he knows that Buckwheat has the ability to come up, like you said, whether it's fraudulently or with a wife or whatever. He can pull women, and Dre know that. He know that his friend have a lot of charisma. He knows that. And I think that's where the admiration comes in at, because Dre don't seem like he have the swag when it comes to women that Buckwheat has. Okay, but Buckwheat also don't have the what am I trying to say? The honesty that Dre has, because Dre tried to go on the straight and narrow, in my opinion, as far as his career, as far as he tried to leave his criminal life behind,
Agreed.
and and trying to get on the right footpath, get on the right path of life, and that's one thing Buckwheat never tried to do. Buckwheat kept trying to scam, and he made being a criminal a career, and Dre tried to find a different path in his career. So that's the difference in them. But at the end of the day, I just feel like they feel like he's a king because, like what you just said, he did get two celebrity women. He was able to get them, and then Carol was a professional businesswoman. So
Right.
and then Melanie, she's a professional businesswoman. So he do know how to commingle and interact with women of high status. And maybe that's the admiration that they have for him, because he is able to finagle his way through women like that. I don't really know you know, what it
No,
is that
I
they
agree
see
with
in him, but
you.
I feel like that's more than
I
likely
agree
part
with
of it.
you on that. I think that that's an excellent viewpoint as far as like Dre goes. He doesn't seem like to me like he's not a bad looking dude, but he seemed like one of them big old country dudes, right? And so you don't really see them being, not that they can't get women, but you don't really see them having, like you just said, the swagger. He doesn't seem like he's very charismatic when it comes to having
and
a
and
conversation
getting
with a
women
woman.
and getting the women with status. I
Right,
think that's the biggest part of it, because the women that he did pull, a lot of them, some of them had status, and so I
right.
feel like that's what the admiration is. But Lady T Bug said I would have been asking the questions for myself, because I've never let a friend borrow 7K before.
Well, Dre didn't lend him the money now,
No,
but
he didn't,
and
but he
that's
but he was dry begging for it though.
but he was dry begging. I mean, that's what he does, right? You shoot your shot. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take. So he was shooting his shot. And I don't think Dre ever had the intentions on giving him that type of money. Maybe a 500, maybe even 1,000 or two. But when they got into the 710 and the 15, I didn't see Dre giving him that money ever. At that point, to me, Dre was just hustling for information. And I ain't mad at Dre. I ain't mad at him because I don't think he was worth getting that money. But I just feel like it's the lack of follow up or whatever have you, because of the fact that, like you said, his relationship with this man goes back so long or whatever. And when I was saying with the Shirley thing, that's what I was talking about. Yes, Dre does ask questions, and once in a blue shirt that Dre definitely asks more than Shirley, but neither one of them holds him accountable when he's giving them these BS answers. And there is no follow up on both of them. And that's what I'm saying when I say that they have like-minded tendencies. It's just like they want to believe in this dude so bad that they're not asking any follow-up because they don't want to hear something that's going to throw them off of the track of thinking like he's being set up or he's innocent or he's being railroaded.
Well, they know he possibly could be guilty. Hey, Chick-fil-A. And thank you for the replay. If you're going to listen to the replay, that's fine. But um, I don't know. I think they kind of know he guilty. Like Dion told him one time, though, only you know what you done. You know what's going to happen. Only you know that. Nobody else knows but you. So in the back of their mind, they know, but they just don't want it to be true. Maybe
Right.
that's what it is. It's because I think they know. I think they do know. They know because they know him, and they know he haven't
I
really
think they
changed
all
his
know.
ways. Yeah, I think they
Yep.
all know.
They all know that he's guilty of something. You don't just get all these charges piled up on you, and you're just a random guy from wherever he's from, Marietta. You don't just get all these charges because you are tied to Steve Harvey. No, you did. If you didn't do all of them, you did some of them. If there's a misunderstanding on some, There's no misunderstanding on all. It's like a pattern. You know what I mean? So they've had time to read the charges, and Dion, he may come off as dim-witted, and he might even be a little dim-witted, but trust and believe, Dion has read a lot of the stuff that his daddy is accused of. Dion has been watching from from the side. You know, he's been watching, and so is Dre. They all try to come off a little slow and stupid, and they just want to hear what he's talking about because he's running an account on them still from jail. And Sonya is no better, like trying to be his cheerleader, because she's not a reliable narrator either. But they know that he's done something, and they're just like, okay, all they're looking at it is like, well, you got time served. I mean, you should have time served by now. That's kind of how they're looking at it. Well, okay, you've done enough time for that. But all these more serious charges that he has not been indicted yet on, those are the ones I think that they're waiting to see. Like, is he really this bad of a guy that we just don't know? We don't know him like that.
Well, he said the type of charges that they dropped off him in January. Remember, he was telling Dre that, and that's something that's a pattern. That's a pattern. You don't wait till you get 60-some years old and then you start doing something like that. But the biggest, the most telling part of this is, if he's not guilty of anything, then why can't he bond out? And that's what make everybody know, except for him, that this is serious. And it's a possibility that you're probably guilty of some of this stuff. May not be all of the 39 charges, but you're
Right.
guilty of a few things, because they won't let you out. And anybody know he had the means, and he had the money to get out. And, even with his wife's status, they should have just let him out just because of who he's affiliated with, right? So they know if none of that is working, then something must be wrong.
But I
Something
really
something in
believe,
the
and they've
milk is
never
not
said
clean.
that. I believe that's how he got from what you call it. I believe that's why they transferred him from Fulton County to Cobb. That's the only reason why I feel like he got that granted that transfer, because of who she is, and they knew what was going on Rice Street for the Fulton County. I believe that worked in his favor. And it's funny because it's never really obviously been proven or whatever have you, but it amazes me. To me, he knows that that's how he got out of Fulton and got that transfer to Cobb County, because he should have been sitting there with the regular ratchet people in Fulton. And granted, there's ratchetness in Cobb County, but it's run way better, obviously, than Fulton. Fulton is the one that's been on the news. Fulton is the one that they've done major renovation. They got all these lawsuits against for that county jail. But when it works in his favor, he's okay with being married to her. When it's working against him, yeah, it's because of who I'm married to and
It's
who
a
I'm.
curse. It's a curse.
It's a curse.
It's
Yeah,
political.
you know what I
It's
mean?
political.
It's political. I'm being a political. They using me because they really trying to get at my wife and get at Steve Harvey. What is the benefit of coming for your wife or Steve Harvey? Yes, on a news end, it's sensationalized or whatever. And yes, people piggyback because there is some affiliation and there is some truth in that, because of the fact that it's Steve Harvey and she's affiliated with him. But on a legal standpoint, and that's what nobody is saying to him. Yeah, I get what you're saying with the YouTube and the news and stuff like that. Okay, fine. And living out here and watching the news or whatever have you, I didn't first hear about this until after what you call it, when they ran the story on the news, on the local news back in the summer of 2023. And I remember because I had flew my dad down here because my dad's birthday is in August. And I remember it coming across the screen before they started releasing calls and stuff like that. It was very vague what they said, and they did mention her name, but they focused on him at that time, him and Erica being these con artists and going around frauding people. At that point, they said it was like a little bit over like 1.1 or $1.2 million. Her name was like a blurb in it. And then with me following social media, and I think at that point I was subscribed to Storm Monroe, or I used to see his snippet. I don't think I was ever a subscriber, but I used to see when I go on my YouTube and I used to see him pop up. That's how I then was like really seeing the story. And then I started following the content of the story and content creators. But being very honest and fair to her, they very rarely like mentioned her. They was focused on him and Erica, and it really wasn't on the news like that. It wasn't.
Well, at the end of the day, though, even in court, they tried to not even say her name. Remember,
Yeah.
Judge Manning asked them, "Do you want me to say this name or whatever?" And they was like, "Yeah, Judge, please don't say her name or what have you." But then Judge Manning made the mistake and said it anyway. And then they had her name wrong. They had it Sheridan instead of Shirley. Do you guys remember that?
Yep.
And so she didn't have nothing, they tried to keep her out of the public eye as much as possible. He was the one who put her back into this story. It was him and his calls. Had he not been talking to Lil Scooter, we wouldn't have as much information that we have now. And so all of this he brought up on himself. He brought all of this upon himself.
Well, I think, the Stormer, they did mention, the judges kind of messed up. They were trying to protect the so-called victims. And I think that was the prosecutors kind of trying to like keep her on the low because she was high profile, and they were kind of sort of working with her. At that time, that's when I really do think that the stuff happened. But it was just really his behavior, like you said, his behavior on these phone calls. And then like when the prosecutors got wind that they're listening to his calls, Dummy is over there talking about, I don't want no ankle monitor, I want to come down there by you, I need to see a little. And then the other stupid one can't shut up about him coming to Florida, road trip Florida. So it got interest in there. He just didn't shut up. He brought a lot of this heat on himself. Who goes to jail and starts talking about, I want to take a vacation as soon as I get out of jail? I mean, seriously, who go
on a damn ankle monitor?
Well, I'm sorry, he didn't want an ankle monitor. No ankle monitor for me.
Yeah, I know he didn't want one, but he should have known if you got all these charges and you in trouble, and you out on bond, they're gonna give you an ankle monitor, sir. You should know that.
Right. But it's those two sitting on these calls, sitting there talking about road trip and all this stuff that they gonna skedaddle, and then my people going out of town, so I'm gonna tell them, go ahead on and go, and then I'm gonna come, I need a few days with myself, then I'm gonna leave. You know what I mean? Like he brought it on himself. All this he brought on himself.
Yeah. Because they wouldn't, they were looking at him, but they wouldn't have had as much information about him. And keep in mind, she was, that girl that you was with, and she went to New York, and, she was even bringing up a lot of things that
was crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. And I was like, she the ops. I kept saying myself, I thought she acted like she was the ops to me for real. The way she was asking questions and bringing out information.
He would literally stop her, and then she would still keep going. And I didn't know why he didn't get up and just walk away. Like that was his own stupidity. Because
walk off or hang up.
I'm
saying walk off or hang up.
Right. No, I'm talking about the visit, because that visit, I don't remember who played it the other day. I was just like in the bushes. But that visit where she's like talking about this girl in depth, and her family is gangsters, and her mama is this, and they a bunch of scam artists. Like, he kept trying to change the subject 2 to 3 times. He kept trying to change the subject, and then the heck with it. Then he started participating in the conversation with her, and that was a visit. That was a jail visit. And I was like, this dude here, like, I would have got up and been like, all right, I thank you for coming to see me, because at this point, it's serious. And she's just rambling, doing that stupid stuff with her fingers because she's looking for a compliment from him on her nails and stuff like that. And you could just see he was kind of frustrated, but so desperate for maybe having some contact or somebody coming to see him, he just sat there. But he really did try to change the subject like 2 to 3 times, and then the heck with it. He just let her start rambling, and then he started participating in the conversation. I was like, this dude is a dud. Like, he's so dumb. He's so dumb. So even when you try to give him credit for at least trying to pretend and trying to stick with his story, what my problem with her is, and that's where I think she differs from everybody who supports him, she's never had any questions. She's always coming on a defense that it's civil, it's not, you ain't do it, or who are these people, or they're jilted lovers. Like, she's never, to any certain degree, in my opinion, ever had a Dion or a Dre moment. She has come in on the defense of blaming the victims. They just want this, they just want that, or they're just bitter and this and this and that. And especially because we all know how she feels about us as Black women and these being Black women victims. Man, she came in on the defense. She has never had any empathy for anybody that's basically calling him out and holding him accountable. She has never asked any questions because she done already made up her mind that he's innocent, that what he did was not that serious.
She knows his character. That. Yep, she knows it. Because he called, he changed up her pull up, and he was there for her in her time of need.
Right.
No one else was there, even though her sister was there. We later find out her sister was there. You know, he, whatever. I mean, she's
not a likable person. So I couldn't see myself, first of all, as calling her. She said, you know, she has friends or whatever have you. I don't think she has any friends. I think, you know, like, her sister and her are close or whatever, but that's because y'all are sisters. And you just got some family members. We know our siblings ain't whatever, but again, at the end of the day, that's my brother, that's my sister. That's where I feel that goes with that. But as far as her having real friends, she don't have no friends. That girl has no friends.
No, she is. I don't understand what the fascination is with this guy, regardless of. I can't do it yet. Regardless of how sweet he was to you, you're out here getting tossed, like, I mean, thrown around. And it's not, some people are harsher than others, but she is out here getting basically like hammered down because no one is agreeing with you. I mean, don't say no one. There are some delusional people who do agree with her because they're just women haters, and they're man lovers, and they're women bashers. But she's out here getting, like, her life is flashing before her eyes. People are tearing her up so much, and she was so happy to get on Tasha K, to be known, to have her story out there. She felt like her story was so important, yet she wants to call and claim it like she's telling Ernest's story. I don't understand it because it's absolutely silly. This man, he has not shown me anything about him besides him asking those generic questions. How your butt doing? How your knees doing? How your back doing? How your nose feeling? What's going on with your hair? He does nothing to make the people that he talks to feel good. How them kids over there doing? They tall, you know?
Well, I feel like, and hey, Golden Pearl and Reigns victorious again. I feel like, as far as she go, this is probably the longest relationship that she's ever had, where somebody paid her some attention for this long period of time. It may not be it may be that she could have been in a longer term relationship, but the thrill probably was gone probably after about 3 to 6 months after they figure out who she is. They say they still in a relationship with her, but they probably don't give her this type of attention because, you know, let's keep it real. When you're in a new relationship, you're going to be together all the time. You know, it's the honeymoon phase, right? And so for her, this relationship has been a constant honeymoon phase, and it's only because he's locked up.
Right.
Okay. It's only because he's locked up. Because if he wasn't locked up, she probably would still be getting these little 3 to 5 minute calls that she was getting on a daily basis. And so to her, this is the shit. This is what it is. This is the best relationship she ever had because this guy is paying attention to me and we're going on year 3 at this point.
Right. This is the
Okay.
longest and most consistent relationship that she has
That
had.
she's at, and that's only because he's locked up. Because can you even call it a relationship if they're locked up? Because anybody that's locked up is going to pay you a lot of attention. Because what else they got to do? They,
I
they,
mean,
they don't have anything else to do. And Golden Pearl say, yeah, a captive relationship is nothing.
it is a captive relationship. It's like, okay, you have no, I've ran everybody off, because people can't, people don't want to be there. They don't. They're It's YouTube. YouTube ran everybody off, but really, it's kind of like her because I do think people. It's both of them. Let me put it that way, because he's so neurotic and so his anxiety is he needs to talk all the time. He needs constant coddling and constant attention, and I don't know. He doesn't want to better himself while he's in there. In 3 years, he could have. I'm sure that they have some sort of jail program where he could have got a GED. He could have got something like started some sort of Bible practice, or I mean, there's probably something in there that he could have taken a part in to make his time go faster. He's been in there, like, let's call it, it's going to be 3 years, probably longer.
Well, he's got
Sitting
to
in,
accept the fact that he was going to be in there. I don't think he really accepted it until recently. I mean, every call, everything that he was doing was always about him getting out. He has never even sat back and actually said, let me just ride this out, even if until I get to trial. Like, he has never accepted being in jail. Him being in jail is basically until I get out. Because that's what all of these calls, even up until last year, 2024, was him getting bail. I think his reality started to set in after the Lamont call last year. I want to say that was like April or whatever, after he got them RICO charges and everything. Then I think he started to settle in on that. But these 2022, 2023, he's not even accepting that he's in jail. So he's not going to look to get something to buy his time, is what I'm saying.
the Rico spanked that ass. The Rico really silenced him. That was like when because he was going crazy on Sylvia's channel, and then that Rico hit the next day. Okay, so
like he had the sip moment, right? Like,
yeah, he
this
was
is
like,
real.
okay. And when they were reading the charges to him, and okay, all right, okay.
But now he say, I ain't saying nothing.
I ain't
I just listening.
I just listening.
I'm listening to you.
I just and then I think because I know y'all, some of y'all disagree with me. I think Sean and his not Ernesto's investigator that works with the public defender's office. I really do think they got in his behind and said, what are you giving us to work with? I do not need you going on any sort of channel or anything like that, and let me show you who you're talking to, and probably showed him some little bits of what Sylvia posts. Hey, she's not your advocate. She's saying that you're guilty, like
right, and she's not a friend. Even they even told Sonya she's not really your friend. You hear everything she's saying about you or what have you, and she just rolled off her back.
Because he still brings that up. Like, I know. I'm thankful for you because I know they saying that you not helping my case, you hurting my case. So that may be true. You might be right. You might be onto something.
And B. Williams say Sonya, if she wasn't so vile, she would be a sad case. And I want to say this, what Lady Janice said too. After sentencing, she would change her narrative. Like, I was only said those things for him. I knew he was guilty, but the hate she has for Black women and accused of victims was not fake. That was all you, sis. And even if she do say that, how is she gonna mend fences with her family? Because she basically just put everybody down for him. She hate all Black women. All her it seemed like she don't like a lot of people in her family. So who is she gonna talk to after all of this is over with? How is she going to pick up the pieces? Just like he got to pick up the pieces, like Shirley had to pick up the pieces. Her day gonna come too, so she gonna have to try to mend some fences herself. And even fell out with her friend. What was her friend name? The one that did the radio. The one that did the interview with DB
Madison.
Madison. Yeah, she even fell out with a friend behind this. So are you gonna go back and try to mend fences with everybody? Because see, you're gonna have some fence mending yourself, ma'am, after all of this is said and done.
Sonya don't mend fences. Sonya is a fence herself.
I was about to say, I agree with you, Vicky. I don't see her as doing anything like that. She gonna be who she is, and this is why she's at the point where she's 56, 57 years old with no friends. She's gonna go right back into the cocoon that she's always been into, because once his story dies, whatever his fate turns out to be, there goes that relationship with her and SS also, right? So, because SS is also, she's got, narc tendencies with that, she's a Christian, borderline narcissist lying behind herself. She has no use for Sonya, because instead of you getting pimped by her on her channel, pimp yourself on your own channel. I agree with every content creator who continually keeps saying that. Why are you giving this woman your content? Go on your own channel, good, bad, ugly, no matter what's coming out, you gonna get them views, because I'm gonna give, and I will pay to insult you. So you're gonna get that money too. You're going to.
She got thin skin. She can't take it. She got thin skin.
She does have thin skin. And I mean, I'll be honest with you, that's how she should have started her channel off with if she saw that people were paying $5 a pop to insult her, don't let them do it. Get that $5. I mean, just get it. Why take it? I mean, I know it got taken down because people reported it, but put it back up. Put it up under something else. I am the friend and family of I'm the friend of Ernest Williams, and I'm here. I'm raising money to help pay for phone calls so he can have someone to talk to or something.
Yeah, if nothing else, make the money just so you can send it to him.
Right.
Or tell your story like you keep wanting to do, because that's part of it too. All of this was not about him. Because it should have never got to the point where, other than you explaining where you fit in with him, because it's always technically been about him. Why do we know about your bullet holes or whatever? And as soon as anybody asks you about it, you could have definitely deflected. Well, I'm not here to talk about myself. I'm here in support of my friend, right? But no, you're looking for your little 5 minutes of fame too. So if you're going to get exploited, exploit yourself. It's like I tell people all the time, like off the topic, on the topic. If you got a property or something like that, why are you going to the bank to get a traditional loan? Borrow against yourself. Pay back yourself. That's what you do when you borrow against your 401k. That's what you do when you pull out a line of equity in your property. Why are you doing that? So the same thing with her. Why am I going to let y'all cap and make all this money off me? No, I'm going to make some money off of me too. Greatest thing Kris Jenner ever did for Kim Kardashian. She said, y'all not going to pimp my daughter. I'm going to do that. She's my child, and I'm going to pimp that situation with her and Ray J. One of the smartest business decisions, questionable as a mother, but hey, I get it. Same thing with that basketball player that got the father of those 3 boys, the Ball brothers. Same thing. I remember him being on TV talking about, I'm not letting the industry pimp my sons. These are my sons. I'm going to be out there. So yeah, I'll turn the focus, let everybody hate on me so they can develop and be the best ball players that they can be. Whether or not they will be, that remains unseen. But at the end of the day, the premise is you're not going to pimp my kid. You're not going to pimp me. She's a grown woman. Why are you sitting up here letting everybody make money off of your content except for yourself? It's dumb. It's sad. And I get what I said, it's saying, and Vicky, that hers is because she's got thin skin, but your skin ain't that thin because you still in this. You still making your little video debuts because you could have been shut that down. because you know we're going to watch. You know they're going to purchase it. You know we're going to watch. It's going to be whatever. So you still want it. You still in on it. You ain't
she liked being out there in the forefront. Don't get me wrong. She liked the
She
notoriety
loves
portion
it.
of it. But she just, even when she's talking to him, the comments are bad and they're always talking about me in the comments. She's always
That's
mentioning
so
the
she could get
comments.
sympathy from him. I said what I said.
Yeah.
That chick
He
don't have
ain't
no
got no
soul.
sympathy.
She
He
ain't
ain't got
got
no
no
sympathy.
soul.
But
That
she
girl
know
ain't
he
got no
but
soul.
she
But
know
it
he
doesn't
ain't got
matter.
no sympathy though. He
He's
always
never had
talking about
sympathy
her.
for her, but she gets attention.
Yeah.
Regardless, Wendy Williams, right, said it best. It doesn't matter. There's no such thing as bad publicity. It's still publicity. So in
Yeah.
her case, there's no such thing as bad attention. I'm still getting attention from you.
Yeah.
I'm getting
Hey, a lady.
acknowledgement from you. You
A
know
lady
what I'm
say,
saying? So
why do we know about your bullet holes? You so funny, Miss Boogie Down. And Rains and Victoria say, and she take the roasting on trolling being there. Got to be strong and have a sense of humor in these YouTube streets. And
absolutely.
yeah, because at the end of the day, like me and Virtuous Center say, if you don't do nothing else, make the money just so you can pay for them jail calls, because those jail calls are very expensive. And
That's
talking on
right.
that tab, and especially the way y'all doing it, 15, 20 calls a day, that's very expensive. Very, very expensive.
That's
And
right.
Lady Janice say Sonya deals with rejection. She can't handle being dragged in the YouTube street. Sonya's really pressed about YouTube. She's not resting at night. She think teaming with IS is her payback to the CCs. And really, we don't care, because it's all entertainment for us. Because we go to bed and sleep really well at night. Okay. So, ma'am, get a clue and start paying yourself, okay, so that you don't have to pay for this. And if she would have been doing it, because what was that, about a year and a half ago or 2 years? When did she come out? Was that last year or year before last?
That was the year before last. She came out in like
22.
2023.
Okay,
2023.
in 23. Okay, so
Yeah.
just think, if you would have went out in 23 and we're already in 25, and
Yep.
she came out like what, in October or something like that, or August or
Hmm.
something like that, you would have had 2 years in, and you could have saved up all that money, and that 7K that he dry begging his friend for, you could have gave him that 7K by now.
Yep. That is a fact.
Okay, you could have gave him that 7K, and you could have been paying for the calls, and at the end of the day, you could have been making money for yourself,
Yep.
if nothing else. And so it was very stupid on her part to have the thin skin that she has, and for her not to make the money on it, because all other content creators making money on it. She the only one that ain't making
Sure.
money. Even the one that she go to all the time makes the money. And that's why
Sure.
she having her on her show, just so she could try to make some coins off of her.
It makes no sense. But
Yeah.
let me just say this, because I got to get off at by 6 o'clock. But I wanted to say, first and foremost, it's always a pleasure listening to you ladies. Like I said, I grow from it myself, just in my everyday thought process, not growing from Nesto, because that ain't my story, and thank God for it, right? But the sad part is, like I said, it's just all the non-accountability for this dude. I don't know to what moment, if any of them have had their real come to Jesus moment, but what I will say and what I will credit is that even though I don't think he is a friend to anybody, I can honestly say he's got a strong team of people that support him. And if nothing else, I remember there's a call where Dre called him about some lady they know, and the lady was like, back in August of last year, I think it was, and the lady was like basically telling him, like, you need to write an apology letter to, your kids, your wife, everybody. You know what I'm saying? Now, I know he would never do anything like that, but I hope that he does realize that in some form or fashion and take accountability. You are the reason why you are where you are. Stop blaming everybody else. And once you do that, the healing can begin, and the mercy and the grace can be spared. But as far as his people, this is classic how we hurt each other when we're not intending to, by coddling each other and not calling each other out. You don't have to be insulting. You don't have to kick a person when they're down to say, hey, I don't agree with you and I think you're wrong. And nobody did that for him. Nobody does that for him. And this is why he is where he is mentally. He's in prison, and physically he's he's jail minded, because his brain and everything else is all in the system, because nobody holds you accountable. And this is why he can't accept his circumstances, because he can't figure out at this point still probably why he just couldn't bond out, why he couldn't be outside fighting his case. I didn't do anything that serious. I didn't really do these things, or it wasn't what I did do. It wasn't that serious. There's like no accountability, no apologies or anything for this dude. And it's why he is where he is. But I enjoyed the call. I enjoyed the live. Like I said, I'm going to stick around on the back scene for another 20 minutes.
Okay.
And you guys and you ladies have a blessed night. Be well.
And I'm gonna be out by 5 o'clock. So whatever time Lady T-Bug want to go on, she can. But at the end of the day, he's never gonna take accountability, and he feel like because he didn't unalive somebody, that is not that serious. But he just don't understand the mental. It's the mental for me, for these people that you defrauded. You don't know, and I keep saying this, and I can't say this enough. You don't know what mental state you left these people in. You don't know if some of them people gave you their last, believing in you, taking a chance on you, and then you just defraud them the way that you did. So yes, sir, they still on this side on the earth breathing, but who's not to say that they're not suffering? And you have anything you want to say, Vicky?
I am coming off of mute. Okay. So yeah, I agree with what everything you guys said. I do. It's it's heartbreaking when you find out you got, like, especially by somebody who you maybe you had thought thought twice about, like, maybe you weren't going to do it at first, but then you
Cause
put
was it?
aside.
But hold on, wasn't that Gail Bickham story?
That
She
was
said
Gail.
she knew him before, and she knew
Mm-hmm.
he approached her at one time, and she said she declined him, and then she saw who he was married to, and looked at his social media. She called herself doing her homework, and she still got caught.
Right. So it's heartbreaking. But she seemed like she has the ingenuity and the get up and go to go. Don't you do it? Get up and go, and to make that money, because she seems like she has a little coin in the bank. This wasn't her last. Now Melody Scratchin, who's the other lady down in Kentucky, Chantel Hawker. Um, all these other people, even these businesses that he's accused of taking advantage of. You don't know if
Don't forget his wife.
well, I'm getting there too. His wife, hers is a little more like a willful ignorance. She put on the blinders and just chose to be ignorant. And I'm I'm hard on her in the sense that something had to give. Like, you had to kind of be frustrated at some point with him to understand that he's going back to jail. But she just chose not to investigate it. I think I do feel bad for her. I don't like that she got taken advantage of, but I think more so my disappointment with her is with that she let that get in the middle of her and her daughter, and she let him talk bad things about her daughter. I feel bad that she's been publicly humiliated, but she has the ability to also go ahead and make that money up too. But these smaller businesses, um, these people who this probably was their last 7,000 or their last little 2,000, and he took it, and he has nothing to show for it. Not a house. He has some cars, not even clothes, or not even watches, nothing to show for it, to show like he was stealing. He didn't even leave any money in the bank. He had no money to put on his books. He had no cash on him, nothing. So it just to know that you got by this bum, but for the bum, 'cause that's what he is. He's a bum. The bum, to be talking bad about everybody, he's just coping. That's all he does is cope. And I think that's what his people do, help him do. They just help him cope, because that's what you do a lot of when you're locked up. You just cope. But they, I mean, they didn't know how to relay it in a way that he could understand it. Like, you should just tell him you're not getting out anytime soon. No one's there to pay your bond, or just straight up telling them, I can't pay the bond. I don't have it. I don't know what he expected, where he expected this magic money to come from. I think he thought Dre was like just rolling in the dough just because he had a business. Dre is probably, he's hustling to get that money. He's driving back and forth. Every time he called Dre, I'm working, buddy, working, 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 working. And whether he's lying or not, but he's still working to get his money. And he expected Dre to cough up $7,000 for an attorney that he was not gonna get back. Now tell me how you gonna get this money back. Are you gonna come work for me? I can understand if Dre said, all right, I will I'll put up 7,000, and if Shirley pays me back, or if Lamont and Dion, or Dion agrees to pay me back some of it, or half of it, then I can put that up right now. But he's not doing that. He's just straight up coming through asking, or sending Sonya to ask for this money. And you could tell when he got desperate, he sent Sonya to do his dirty work, to go ask these people for money. Like,
Right.
he sent Sonya to go
Or the
thinking
people
that,
he was scared to ask.
because she ain't scared. Because,
Yeah.
I mean, ask for 10,000. What did she say one time? That's 10 in the wind.
Hmm.
I got life insurance. I can get life insurance policy on that. Like, when are you gonna die then? I mean, am I supposed to like take you out and then I
Right.
get my money back? Like, it just, he's a coward. But I just wish his family had told him sooner, and would be straight up with him and just say, look, bro, you're not getting out. You just need to sit and wait until whatever your decision is. If you're gonna plead guilty, plead guilty. If you're gonna go to trial, or go to trial. But right now, like, I don't have. I'm not gonna sit here and put up um, money for an attorney that you're not gonna be satisfied with. How do
Right.
you know? With the stuff with Shirley, even Dion tried to tell him early on, why are you switching attorneys? Why
He
you keep
told him. He
switch?
said you should have did that from the. He said why you didn't do that from the beginning. If you was gonna remember the lawyer that you put up,
Yeah,
the white guy. He said, well, why did you get him from? Why you didn't get the big horse from the beginning? If you want to continue to switch attorneys.
because that would have. I mean, the money that guy charges, 100 and something thousand off the rip
Mm-hmm.
for a RICO case, just to get him bond probably on a RICO. Uh, Dion was giving him a lawyer that he tried to put it on Dion, that Dion referred the lawyer to him. He's like, I just saw him on TV, and I thought maybe I thought maybe he'd be a good lawyer. I mean, I wouldn't think that you're gonna just go out and hire him. I thought you would have interviewed him.
Right.
Nesto has been in jail. He's been in trouble before. So, like, act like you've been with BC before. So act like you know how to handle this law stuff. That's the biggest problem that I have, is that you act like you know what you're doing. You may not know the penalties for the crimes, but at least be a man. Talk to your lawyers instead of sending a woman who is a lunatic out there, a freaking lunatic.
No, he thought she had some money. Remember, she's supposed to be a lawyer. Remember, she was working at the lawyer's office, and she was gonna get a loan to get him a lawyer, and blah blah this and that. But my question to you, before you give your final thought, because we are a quarter till, then I'm gonna have you give your final thought. Why didn't you not? Okay, like you said, you already been to jail before. This ain't your first rodeo. You're not new to the game. You're true to the game. And hey, PW and Gina, thank you guys for showing up, for supporting the channel also. But at the end of the day, why would you spend all this money on trying to bail out when you know you're going to need some money for a lawyer to fight the case?
Because
That never made sense to me.
it didn't
Hey,
make sense.
Marjan.
It didn't make sense to me, and I'm gonna stick with the fact that I think he was gonna run on Shirley's dime, because in the beginning, I don't know if it's Lady T Bug has played it or not, because the calls start to run together. But in the beginning, like late 2022, he's prompting her to move, Because she
Yeah.
says, because she's saying I'm kind of worn out my welcome here, and I respect her on that. I know that you say that she should have paid rent.
Hmm.
Maybe they were just kind of maybe they were rejecting rent. Some people are like that. They're just like, get yourself together. I don't
She
want to.
didn't act like she was trying to get no place in Hay Muffin. To me, she acted like she was trying to,
She
he
was.
left her in a bad financial
He
bind. So
did.
it
He
seemed like
really.
to me she was trying to find, trying to really, get placed back on solid ground before she went found somewhere to stay. And like I said, I don't care what nobody say. She ain't never say nothing about paying them people. So I feel like she was, squatting off them people for free.
I
You
mean,
know.
in a sense, yes, but also like I kind of think I'm trying to think about it holistically. I don't want to think just 100% bad. I am thinking realistically. Like, yes,
Oh, okay.
you
My
should
bad.
have, she should have, like, oh, I went and bought them.
I'll roast her when Vicky finish, y'all. Go ahead, Vicky.
You could. I don't. I just don't. Trust me, I can't. It's in me to sit here and roast people, but I always hear my mom was like, Victoria. I know, but I taught you better than that. But my grandma, Sylvia is in there saying, "Bitch, fuck you." It's like you old, you got all this money and you ain't paying no people them rent.
I'm with Granny, and at the end of the day, you're doing the same thing that they do to him. You coddling, don't coddle. I mean,
Right.
you have to call it for what it is, because if
So
she was paying them and she over there, just like he was talking about, Debbie was at her house. Don't you think he would have been on that phone and she over there paying Tasha and Ron all that money, and she could be spending that money somewhere else, and she could find somewhere to stay? I could just hear him saying, all type of things of her giving her friends money, and some people have said because her and Tasha had the business together and she put up the
right.
money for the business, maybe she felt like that was sufficient, which that don't have nothing to do with you
Maybe they
not having.
had.
But
Maybe
that
that
wasn't
was
in the
the agreement.
contract. the,
I
the
mean, I don't.
contract didn't say we going business together, not let you stay with me for free if you get put out.
I don't know. I mean, we don't know. I mean, we don't necessarily know. We're kind of these are theories, but these are all it's all our theories based off what we heard. I don't know, and so all I can say is this: would I have been in a situation before where I did not make that much money and I was living with somebody. So the agreement was okay until I can. I think I was making $6 an hour. I will buy the groceries. Now I may not have bought name brand, but I was pretty much spent my whole check buying groceries and was having to catch rides and walk to work and stuff. And I did what I could for them. Or like instead of groceries, which one, what bill do you want this little piece of check to go to? So I have
Right.
been in a situation, but I
Right.
it may not be both paychecks or I think I was getting paid weekly. It may not have been all four paychecks, but I was giving them contributing to the household, and her behavior is just so weird and standoffish. Like, this is a 60 something year old woman, like, gone out they cooking, gone out there. It's like, what, do you need me to do something or clean up the house? I never
My
heard
whole
her say
point.
I'm
My
I'm
whole point. My whole
I'm
point.
yeah, I get it. I get it. Um, I forgot where I was going with that, but yeah, but my point, but with Shirley, I don't know. I hope that her self esteem has lifted up higher than what it was. Like, I think she has. Now, there's a difference between being like a narcissist and I don't think she has confidence in herself. She lacks self esteem. We a lot of people put on that front of having self-esteem or having a lot of confidence. I do not think she has confidence whatsoever. She works in a table full of men, and yet Carla and Monica, they both are strong, seemingly confident women. Shirley is, at the time, it doesn't seem like she was, because she was around a man who constantly took digs at her to make her feel a certain kind of way. I hope that she is in a place where she's building her confidence back up at 70 and is working towards being a better human being to her friends, and not so quick to dismiss and jump up for a man, or jump up for anybody, period. Like, put God first and then yourself, and really, you like, put your child first and your children first, and then put yourself. um because what we heard in the earlier calls is crazy. Nesto, I just wish that they all would have just gave it to him. Like, tell him it's not looking good. Don't talk on these. I mean, seriously, when the calls came out, Dre just laughed at him. Dre thought it was so funny. He's like, "Yeah, man, they got you out here." Yeah, buddy, it's funny. It's real funny.
Yeah,
And
until they came for him.
right, but the thing, like what Sonya and Dre did is like they made it seem like it was something that he could really that it was bad, but it wasn't that bad that he could profit off of. Because Sonya made it seem like he could get all this money. He was gonna get money, and even with that Tasha K interview, she about to get paid. She about to get paid. But what does that mean for you, Heifer? Like, I mean, what does that? How does that help you or Ernest? So
Well,
I just
Tashima tried to tell him. Tashima tried to tell him what it was, and he stopped talking to her. So
yeah.
he didn't want to know because the narc in him, they didn't want to know. And I feel like he low key enjoyed the attention because he thought he
Yeah.
was a celebrity at that point. And you heard him say his book is going to be better than Shirley's. The movie is going to be a great
Oh
movie.
my
So
gosh.
he just think he's going to really capitalize off of all of this and really somebody else is, just like all these content creators making money off of it, they're going to be making money off his movie too. And I guarantee you, he won't get a dime of it. Trust me and believe that.
If I could really put out like figure out a timeline of his life, because don't have me fill in the blanks of his life. If I could really figure out a timeline for him, I would start writing a treatment for his movie. Um, if but I would like to wait until if we get a little more like evidence of what really happened, if we can get some witness statements, things like that, um, or more detailed, I would start writing that because
Well, you might as well, because somebody going to fill in the blank. So why not you if that's what you want to do? Because you can best to believe that's what most movies, even real biopics, got fiction in them. Some of it is made up because it is the movies and it has to be entertaining. So, you may as well go ahead and start doing what you need to do, because he won't be able to do it. And maybe his estranged wife would do it, ex-wife would do
which
it. I,
one?
I I don't know because he got three of them
Yeah.
that he's still married to right now. Well, he married to two of them now, isn't he?
One.
One,
E-
okay, just have
Edith.
one wife now, and I
Just
really
Edith.
can't keep up. And some of the kids might write it. Who knows who might write it in there? On the cool deal, I might be trying to write a book or whatever. I don't know, but go ahead and give your final thoughts so I can go through the
Final thoughts.
comments and I can get out, and so I can get off in time.
Final thoughts. Thank you for letting me come up. And always, it's nice talking to you. I love speaking with you and everybody else on the panel, Miss Boogie Down, and everybody in the chat. I hope if I don't speak to you later on, I don't know what Lady T Bug's plans are. You have a great evening, and everybody in the chat have a great evening.
Oh, that's your final thought? Oh, I
That's my
thought you
final
said.
thought.
Oh, okay. Well, that's real
I don't want
nice.
to rag yet. I don't want to go off yet. I
That's
might.
okay. I'll do it for you. Don't worry about it.
All right, girl.
All right. And thank you for coming up. And thank Miss Boogie Down for coming up. I do appreciate that. And hey, Muffin and PW, I saw you guys come into the chat. And thank you guys for showing up, for supporting the channel. But Golden Pearl says, son, you can't make money because to be a CC, a content creator, you have to work the money. It don't just flow. That's absolutely right. And so I think she just got too many irons in the fire. Like my mama used to say, you got too much going on, girl. You got too many irons in the fire. And I feel like that's what Sonya have going on. She got the kids. She got a man. She got to try to maintain somewhere to stay. And so she's pretty busy right now, and she got to try to keep her notoriety. So I think that's a little bit more, than she we don't need her to bite off more than she can chew, because it don't seem like she's chewing that well right now anyway. And B. Williams say he would have wrote them to tell he was open and ready for their apology to him. Right. I guarantee you though, he'll never apologize to anybody. Lady Janice say, Sonya can't run a channel by herself. She can't do it. Once they insult her, it's a wrap. She's gone. Yeah, she can't take insults. And I guess she didn't get bullied in school or something. I don't know, because I used to get bullied in school all the time, and I think that's what gave me my thick skin. But at the end of the day, she act like, nobody never said a bad word to her at all her whole entire life. And Karen said, I think his anger was she's sick and she dumb. I can't probably make a buck off of her to sign dirt dirt party benefit and any property she have to him. Well, at the end of the day, Karen, remember, he thought that she was really somebody special though, because she started out as a businesswoman and she started out saying that she worked in a lawyer's office. So he thought he was winning. Okay. He really thought she was somebody until after all of this time went by, and after he got through hearing all of her conspiracy theories and her stories, and he slowly but surely he figured out he fumbled the bag for nothing. Okay, because remember he told her they were gonna go RVing and they was gonna run away together and they was gonna do all this together. So he was willing to leave his wife for the zero. He left his hero and got a zero, and that's what he get, because he shouldn't have been even trying to leave his wife, because she was the one that was putting out all the coins. She was the one trying to give him scripture. She was the one that was really trying to stick by his side. Now, granted, she wasn't gonna do all the work that little Scooter does, but that's what the lawyers are for. And I don't blame her. I wouldn't have been trying to do all that leg work either. And Lady Janice say, like what I agree with you. I said what I said, like Whitehead scammed that lady out of 90K, and that was her life savings to buy a home for her aunt who was disabled, and her elderly mom, because she herself was unalive and of passing away with cancer. Right. And so, like I said, he don't know what state he left those people in. And Rain says, I was saying, Sonya, other problem is she taking it too seriously. Every get gets, we don't care. They just a topic of the moment. Yeah, everybody get criticized from time to time. Even content creators get criticized, but you still, if you fall down and they knock you down, you just got to get back up. And Shelly C said, thank you. I said what I said, Victor the Veil and Miss Boogie Down, for being on the panel. And she said, I mean, everyone get roasted on YouTube. That's the given. And it's exactly right. I understood what you were saying, Rain. And uniquely, Sonya said, Nesto want everyone on this call to remember all the people he helped in the streets. Right. That's every call, uniquely, Sonya. And Nesto said Dre was going to put up his house for him. He sure did say that at one time. And Miss Boogie Down said, exactly. Remember, he told Sonya his books was going to be fat when they hung up with Dre. He is a user and a clown, and he is. And Lady Janice say, Sonya said that the monthly payments on 15K is $600. She sure did. And I can pay that back. But she couldn't go to the loan, but she couldn't go get the loan, but talking trash about Dre. Remember, she said they were sending her all kind of credit card offers and everything in the mail. So coming up with that money wasn't going to be a big thing for her at all. And PW say he should have had his facts together, and he should. Well, he always say he got his facts together. And hey, Marjan and Muffin says she's listening in the clouds. Gina said he was expecting Shirley to come up with the bail and the law fees. He was. And Marjan say he's a full-time criminal, so he doesn't think he's guilty of anything. That's absolutely true. And uniquely, Sonya said, yes, like selling her car and then giving her and her disabled son a ride in the ambulance. I thought that was the funniest thing. He wrong for that. Then let the homeless lady sleep in the ambulance. I'm sure he got something out of that too. I'm sure he did too. He probably took her last $5 if that's what she had. And Shelly say, thanks for joining the Truth Telling Squad today. Share, comment, and subscribe. And Karen says she agree with you, Vicky. And Rain does too. And Gina say he was trying to get Shirley to ask Steve for money as well, and was. And Shirley say, Steve didn't ask me for no money. He just asked me, was I okay at the end of the day? And Love to Laugh say they are squatters. Squatters don't pay rent. I wholeheartedly agree, Love to Laugh. And like I said, if she was paying them people, they would have said something on these calls. And even if Shirley wouldn't have said anything, she may have texted him and said she had to pay, because remember, Shirley was telling us everything she had to pay. And never did she say she had to give Ronna and Tasha anything for living with them. Okay. And so let's see. Victoria says, that's what I don't get. Nobody told him. Yeah, nobody told him the seriousness of these calls. But I feel like also, Rain, they all thought that this was gonna eventually dissipate away. Nobody was gonna continue to follow the trail and not worry about it. But they just don't know anything about the YouTube streets, because a lot of times this is not the only court case that people are following. People followed the YSL trial. People are going to follow that Nazaria Harris trial. Now we have a whole new little girl that came up unalive. People are going to follow that, and that lady that left her kids at home for 5 years. Certain stories stick with people, and certain things trend, and people are also following the Diddy trial. And so it's a lot of trials that people actually follow. And I'm even following the trial of that little girl in Florida. I can't think of her name right now, but you guys know who I'm talking about. That Stephen Stearns case. People just follow these trials, and certain trials people want to know the outcome of, and this is going to be one of them. So they can all have wishful thinking if they want, but people are going to everything. In the United States of America right now, the court cases, if it's a state case, then and the judge allow you to film inside the courtroom, it's going to be on social media. And even if they don't allow you um, to film inside the courtroom, you still have reporters that report on the story, and people still follow the case. And so Rain said, I figured he was such a mystery and Val, they was waiting to hear the truth right along with us, and they were. And hey, Janetta, thanks for being here today. She said Nesto is no celebrity. He is a clown to make fun of, and is. A lady say he's going to lie to you if you ask him. And so it really don't do any good to ask him for the lies, because we all know he is going to lie. That's all he does is lie. He lie, and he bring up fictitious stories that how he's helped everybody, and probably everybody that he gave something to, they had to give him something as well. He just don't seem like the type of person that's just gonna pull money out of his pocket and he not ask for anything in return. PW said they both love trying to make people think they'll bring the money or success by listening to them, right? And Marjan is just speaking. Let's see. Rain say, I had the same thought, Vic. I just ain't got the time right now. Vicky, I will help you do whatever. So Vicky, Rains and Lady Janice say they'll help you do the story on him. They thinking about the same thing. And Lady Janice say, oh, and Vicky, your mom is gorgeous. What is her secret? Marjan say, please like and subscribe and share. PW say, Sonya isn't a good person, a good businesswoman, or able to be an entrepreneur. No, because she's the type of person, she may start things, but she doesn't seem like she's the type that's going to stick to it or follow up on it. And that's what her problem is. And Vicky, more compliments for Chick-fil-A for your mom. And Rain say, I know, right? Sonya think we actually a gaff. Girl, bye. She think we give a F, and no, we don't. We just nosy. That's all that is. And Nesto had plans for him and Sonya. Oh, yeah, he did. They both had plans for each other. I bet she'd be thinking about us on us in our comments when she ain't on YT batch. Right. And after we roast you, we go right back to raising our pups, wealth or knowledge or whatever it is we do during the day. We don't, y'all are not on our thoughts 24/7 like y'all think y'all are. And Lady Janice say, I was supposed to do a second workout and just noticed I done laid back, kicked my legs up and in his chat. So Cat Williams said, the more people hate you, the better it means that you're successful. That's right. And Miss Bookie, they said, have a wonderful day, everybody. And Marjan said, look at Trump. Everyone talking about him, and he is the president of the United States, and he is totally incompetent. And he don't care. I think he feel like, hey, Sonya long weave. Wait, Sonya's long weave, I cut 4 inches off. Y'all can come up with these names. Ooh, y'all can come up with these names. Lady T-Bug say Nesto broke, busted, and disgusted. That's exactly right. And it's Vicky Shirley was broken, busted also, and disgusted, but she actually pulled herself up by the bootstraps and got her footprint back, got herself back on the right path. And so the best thing that she could have done was divorce him. Okay. And so whether it was force or whether she did it because she thought about it. However it happened, it's a good thing she got away from him, because that's exactly who he is, and that's who he's always going to be. And like I've always told you guys, he is a day trader. He trade by the day, okay? And Rain say, yes, Mama Vicky is Vicky mother is beautiful. Hey, always loving life. Thanks for joining us. And let's see. I think that's it. So I would like to say, for everybody that didn't join us in the beginning of the live, make sure you go back and listen to the replay. And wait a minute, Miss Moshe said, I am a okay. Nope. He and Miss Shirley Strawberry want their lifestyle and money. Dre is messy. Okay. I think I've already read that when we was talking about when Buckwheat was saying that we wanted her life, Marjorie's life. But if you guys are listening, if you just came into the chat and you didn't hear the very first of the call, I have 2 videos that I played about narcs. And so it described this call to a T. It described Buckwheat to a T. And hopefully YouTube will let me keep the second one on there. I may have to cut it out because it did have some music to it. I didn't really realize that the second video had music, but they are some great videos if you guys want to go back and listen to that. And if they do cut my second video out, then I'll make a short out of it and try to extract the music from it, just so you can get the information of what a narc is, because it definitely described Buckwheat to a T. I would like to thank each and every last one of you for supporting the channel, for commenting in the chat, for being up on the panel, and just coming in to listen to what I have to say and what the panel have to say. I do appreciate each and every last one of you guys. I will see you on Lady T-Bug's channel. Let me check and see if she's put a thumbnail up yet. She didn't come live yesterday, so I'm sure she's probably going to come today. She normally don't miss 2 days at one time, so let me look and see if she's already did a thumbnail. And if you're still in the chat, Lady T-Bug, let us know if you're going to come live, so we can make sure we trot on over there and get to your channel. And I also put her channel in the chat. Let me see here. Let me go to subscriptions. Let's see if she got anything posted yet. I don't see a thumbnail, but she may be on her way home too, though. So just check the channel, guys, and just be looking out. So, and I think she's going to the gym too when she get off work. So if she is coming on, she'll probably come on around 6 o'clock, which is about an hour from now, which is my time, because right now it's 5 o'clock. But I'll see you guys in the YouTube streets, and you guys have a great evening. And once again, thank you to everybody. Let's see. Here's another comment. Let's see if that's Lady T-Bug. And I'll highlight y'all comments on the way out. You guys have a great day.
I join the channel, it's what you need. True crime stories, secrets they'll feed. Say that gossip and political heat. I said what I said, bring to read. Truth comes, but we're never late, yeah. Diamond stories inside fate, oh no. But the appropriate voices speak. Tune in now, indulge every week. Who's in the spotlight, who took the fall? We got the scoops, we covering it all. From high society to those secret calls. I said when I said stories that will end scrawl, yeah. Truth turns why we're never late.